Avast ahoy and good day once again to ye mateys! I be your unshrinking and unabashed host, Josh the Pirate, and it brings me more of a thrill than successfully lifting 3 rocks and an astromech droid using only creepy space magic to welcome you back to Corsair's Cove and my ongoing investigation of other gaming systems for some more Teens in Space! The most flattering thing to do with my face. And
Also,
around me...
shrinking depends on the cold, I guess.
I'm in Australia, it's warm here. Around me, I have me hearty crew, the intrepid Kate O'Sullivan, the venturesome Soteris, the daring Malika Moon, and the audacious Ardana. So, let's talk about these lovely beans, shall we? Kate, who the absolute heck are you?
Hello, I am O'Sullivan Kate. I do stupid things on the internet, or as a friend of mine referred to me lately, I'm a performing monkey. I am O'Sullivan Kate on all of the things. I know, that was a phrase that was used. We're moving past it. I can be found on Dungeons and Doctorates as well as over on Meeples and Dragons, and generally being a little mod sword for a whole lot of excellent beans all over the internet. That's me, in a nutshell. Tonight I'm playing a little blob, because I can. We love Mandi.
We do love Mandi.
The cutest little blob in the universe.
Yes.
Malika, who the heck are you?
Hello. I am Malika Moon. I'm a singer, actress, burlesque performer, all-around general show gremlin. And I am here and queer and very confused as the resident newbie to all kinds of gaming. But I said a thing last week, so I'm learning stuff.
Yay!
Yay!
Yeah. So I'm Malika Moon on most things with 3 O's because when I signed up initially, the correct spelling was taken, and now it's too late to change it because brand recognition is a thing.
Yeah, you're Malika Moon!
Malika Moon!
It's like space!
Yeah, exactly.
Space!
So like, Moon!
Malika Moon!
That was great.
The
That's
Kermit
great.
arms.
I need like
space!
I need like an audio button that when it presses it, it just has Josh's voice going Malika Moon.
Ardana, who the heck are you?
Yes. I am Ardana, or Joe, or sometimes Oi, you there, depending on situations. I am the GM and channel runner over at The Lorite. I don't have social media because I do have an Instagram that I never update. So if you want to find The Lorite over there, you can. I think the last time I updated that was this past Friday, and that was the first time in 6 months. So
Don't rely on it.
And yeah, I changed from Ardana to The Lorite for 2 reasons. Primarily one, if you were searching for Ardana on Google, you got a webcomic for adults created 7 years after I made this character named Ardana in a MMO. So I didn't really want to be associated with adult comics. So it became The Lorite, and also because The Lorite is more of a concept, not just me.
Very well. And you have received an inspiration from Lilith. So that would qualify as an austerity or something token. I can never remember the name. The bad things that you can use to re-roll and stuff.
Austerity token.
Austerity. Is it austerity? Yes. Okay. And Terrace, who the heck are you?
Oh, yes. Hi, I am Soteris, your friendly neighborhood ferret. I do not have a streaming home of my own, so I just show up in other people's homes and cause havoc where they live. You can find me often on the Lorite's channel here, and sometimes over on a microbiologist channel playing video games or another type of TTRPG. And yeah, that's about it. I don't do social media, and I'm just a little ferret, so hi.
And on Friday, Terrace, Ardana, and I will be on the Lorite channel, legally distinct from Ardana, but technically the same person, where we will be playing... Is it your second affiliate-versary?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. and we are going to be playing some D&D.
Yay.
Unless I have massively misunderstood.
No, it's D&D.
We're going to be playing a Fey Court style thing, one shot. Not sure exactly what's going to happen, but I'm playing a changeling. Yeah, it's going to be
I'm
fun.
not.
And mesdames et messieurs, dames und herren, and beings of indeterminate gender and persuasion, I be Josh the Pirate. You can find me here on my channel, Corsair's Cove, where I run D&D and other assorted RPGs with me friends. And my lovely lady wife, the mother of bunnies. Yeah, you can find me here most nights of the week, to be honest. It's only getting worse. Tomorrow, Karen and I will be back for something a little bit different, actually. I have been approached to look at someone's new solo RPG game. So I'm going to have a look at it. The Ravens Emporium, I believe they are called, has sent me their game. Ravens Ridge Emporium has sent me Cartograph to have a look at. So I'm going to do that. So Karen and I will try that. And also Karen wants to take a swing at the secret ending of Dream Daddy. Which is fair. So we'll check that out. She'll do that, and then we'll play the solo game together, because we like doing that. Awesome. Then Monday night, we will be going into Small Town Creepy's Village Necromancer game. Gonna try that shit. That's gonna be fun. I need to buy a tarot deck between now and then, but I'm sure that can be achieved. And then, yeah, more stuff in the future. Humblewood Season 10 of Monsters and Magic will start next Thursday. How exciting. So, mateys, I need to talk to you first about the wonderful people of Ukraine, who are going through a bit of a rubbish time right now. And if you have any spare pennies in your digital wallets, please consider chucking them over to one of the 2 links I just put up in chat. We have the Emergency Action Appeal and the Curious Compendium of Slavic Myth, brought to you by the Dragon's Vault shop. Purchasing either of those things, one of them just straight up gives the money to charity. The other one does the same thing, but also you get a 38-page D&D booklet based in Slavic folklore. Really, really cool. Would heartily recommend. If you want to see the one-shot in it, sneaky YouTube plug, it's on our YouTube. Ha 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 ha. If I could ever spell YouTube. There we go. Boop. So you can check us out there. All the episodes you may have missed of all the other things we've done, including the 2 previous episodes of the Teens in Space beginnings, whatever. This may continue, I don't know. I'll have to convince these lovely people to come back. We'll also there.
No, it would be so hard to convince us to come and have fun together again.
Hey, Absalom Deck. I just know that you're very busy people, and I have massive imposter syndrome. What? Yeah. Hey, Katie Wolfsbane, for a tarot deck, I just used that chat roll die. Oh, okay, yeah. Sure. So, that's all of those things. I must also remind our valiant, valorous, and possibly even vivacious audience to please like, follow, and subscribe to all the things, you bloody champions. We have the exclamation mark socials. Unlike Ardana and Terrace, I do the social medias. I don't. What am I saying? I lie. I'm exactly like those two. My lovely wife, however, is quite good at the internets. And all of the interwebs. She's very good at those things. Much good, very well. And you can also check us out on our Dis of Chords and the Tube of You, which is gross, actually, if you think about it, for even a small amount of time.
Don't.
But the Discord is there. You can join us there. You'll find out all the behind-the-scenes gossip, read all of Jack's memes, look at pictures of Ardana's cat. There's some great stuff up there. Really, really worth coming. Terrace really needs to... Terrace has so many animals. All the pictures. Yeah, it's a great time.
I really should.
Come and hang. What else do I need to talk about? Wooten Forge. Wonderful gentleman at Wooten Forge. This is my dice tray. One half of my dice keeper. Beautiful Jarrah Dice Keeper by the fantastic guys at Wooten Forge. WootenForge.com/Corsair's Cove. You can check out some gorgeous stuff. And if you purchase anything there, we get a cheeky kickback, you bloody champions. That's that there. That's that link. This music is provided by Sirenscape. There are no maps today. Guys, what the absolute heck happened last time? In fact, let us begin with who the absolute heck are you playing, and then we'll talk about what your crazy munchkins did. So, in the same order as we went before, who the heck is Mandi?
Mandi is a tiny little ooze blob. Mandi in the wonderful world of the game is an Informian, which is effectively a gelatinous sphere who poops fuel and are just generally super nice to everybody, because everybody needs a little bit of kindness in the world. And we've established the fact that the one thing that she wants to do more than anything else in the world is be all the shapes. Just be all the shapes. I just want to be a sphere.
Be
That's so
all
hard.
the shapes.
All the shapes. That's all I've ever wanted.
Hey, could you turn your mic up just a penny?
Yes.
Thank you.
Absolutely, I can. How's that, Josh? Is that any better? Can we?
That's a little bit better. I like that. Yes.
There we go. We can do that.
ZuRon. Who the heck is ZuRon? What the heck is ZuRon? Where the heck is ZuRon?
The most important question is why is ZuRon?
Why is ZuRon? That's what Skylar's often thinks. Like, why is ZuRon?
Why is ZuRon? Oh goodness. All right. ZuRon, Boldbite. I never got to say his last name. It's kind of dumb, but I love it. ZuRon Boldbite is a Loricatorian. I'm saying it that way, so that's how we pronounce it.
That's right.
From now on, which is a small species that are very focused on tinkering and engineering machines. Because they are teeny tiny little boys, they have basically permanent modified suits of their own making that they live in, and ZuRon makes him about, bumps him up from being about 3.5 feet tall to 6.5 feet tall, and it also very much faintly resembles a late 20th century, early 21st century b-boy costume, purely by coincidence, of course. His species knows nothing about 90s b-boys from the planet Earth at all.
ZuRon does, though. Massive fan of late 19th century stuff.
He's also all about the shapes. He loves his shapes as an engineering boy. He's a bit of an idiot. He likes to think he's the smartest person in the room, but he's actually a bit silly, but we love him anyway.
We do. We love him. Who the heck is Spot? How is ZuRon? A valid question, Katie Wolfsbane. How is ZuRon?
How is ZuRon?
How's he going?
I think he's doing better now. Now that the ship is actually letting him open doors.
Yeah. He's made a temporary pact with Sunshine for one day because you fixed her voice box. Yes.
Yep.
How is Spot? Who is Spot? What is Spot?
Spot is basically what you get if you take a Pomeranian puppy and you mix it with a hedgehog. So
To make it
spiny. Yeah, most of the time, yes. So spiny, fluffy, and with very tiny paws. And she is completely dark brown, except for one spot on her head between her ears that is white, which is why she's called Spot. She is the ship's medic and in-house troublemaker.
Very much so.
Yeah.
Usually by daring the others to do stuff that gets them into trouble.
But then is super disappointed with them when they get into trouble, like, no,
Yes,
no. Massive fucking hypocrite. Yeah.
You could have gotten away. Why did you get caught?
Because I'm a little blob and I ate the wrong thing. I'm sorry.
And Skylar. Why the heck is Skylar?
I'm not sure why Skylar is, but as for who/what Skylar is, he is a Chimavin. We're going to go with
Chimavin. Yeah,
Chimavin.
whatever.
Chimavin,
Your species, call it
emo
what you
boy.
like. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a Chimavin emo boy. Basically an anthropomorphic parrot fellow, black cockatoo type with a very bright purple mohawk, crest. He is a flyboy, hotshot pilot fellow with a bit of a temper and one known for taking risks. So
Splendid.
yeah, that's my boy.
Awesome. And now that we've established who and why they are, what the absolute heck happened last time?
So many things.
Lots of things. A few things.
I miss the couch.
Speaking of couches, we met one.
We did.
we were
A
nearly stumped by
cephalopod,
one.
thank you. But let's not begin
Cephalopod.
at the middle.
Well, we started out with our beautiful group of very law-abiding and kind and just generous,
Model citizens, really.
yes, model citizens in the dean's office getting scolded for somehow being part of the
Incident of
yes,
planned
the incident.
assassination.
The current digestion of a very rare plant.
We might have been responsible for its We might have made it extinct. Of course, by we, ZuRon would argue that he was just standing next to them when it happened.
ZuRon's
He
argument
didn't
is
try
it
to
was all
stop
Mandy's
us.
fault.
True. That's his fault. He didn't try to stop them. So they got punished in a rather unique way by the dean.
I rewarded
He said-
with an extra special difficult task.
Basically,
Only
yeah.
PhD students and postgraduates would get to do under normal circumstances that we get to
Exactly.
because it's exciting.
And
So, yeah,
Mandy
we
even got a job offer.
I did. Did get a job offer.
Working in the
yeah.
sanitation department, but you know.
We essentially got rewarded for murdering a rare and exotic plant that was probably worth more than all of us put together. That's fine,
Including the ship.
including the ship.
Ooh, no,
The
if
ship.
anything, sunshine is even rarer than that
priceless.
plant.
Price.
Now,
True.
There is
Given
that.
what you guys have done
If
to
anybody
her.
tries to take if anyone tries to take sunshine from Skylar, he will peck at their cold dead body. So
So sunshine is your ship, a sentient-ish manta ray that you have modified into a spaceship because it was
Yeah.
washed up and dying. So you've sort of cyborgified it a bit, and now it's a spaceship, and it gets to see the stars. Welcome, Raiders! The Lost Archives are raiding. Thank you very much, you bloody champions. You were catching us at the
Yay,
very beginning of a
Raiders.
stream as well. How perfect. Guys, throw your favorite Raider modes up in chat. Let's have a shout out to our newest stream team buddies, the Lost Archives.
And no Crispin Crunch.
oh, and-
Unfortunately, Sunshine is a run-of-the-mill manta ray with just some
Extra
cyborg
bits.
modifications.
Not a run of the mill. She's enormous. There is that.
yeah.
True.
She's not from Earth. Guys, thanks so much for the raid. We are playing some Teens in Space. Yeah, it's good fun. This is my ridiculous Teens in Space crew. I am very proud of them. They have picked up a brand new system and have run with it. It's a really cool system. It's got some gorgeous character creation elements, and I freaking love it. So yeah, hang around, because what just happened in the last little bit, they were sent off on a mission by the dean of their university, high school-ish sort of thing, to explore a strange new world, find new civilizations and new species, and capture one of them and bring it back for study. Totally fine
Yes.
and legit. They used an improbability drive to travel to a place no one had ever been before. They found a creature no one had ever seen before. Terrace tried to ride it. ZuRon got trod on by it a bit. You guys decided that maybe capturing the cephalopod, a Diplodocus-sized sofa, that was an animal and alive and stuff, was probably not the best thing. And instead decided to capture Skylar pretty much single-handedly. Captured a Cleodactyl. A pterodactyl
help.
the shape and size of a Cleo magazine. And then you put it in a cage made of Mandi. It was a team effort. Everybody helped. Bot hugged ZuRon better. ZuRon was scanning the cephalopod for extra credit. All this is good. Everybody did good things. Then you get on your spaceship, you fly back up to space. You're like, hey, Sunshine, let's go. And she's like, yeah, I just got to charge the. In fact, she was like, yeah, I just got to charge the improbability drive, and then we'll be right on out of here, boys. You guys want to have a short nap, and I'll tell you when we're ready to go. House of Black. Thank you for the follow, you bloody champion. Avast, matey, you wee scallywag. Love me a short nap.
I would like to.
Yes.
I would like to make the case that the Cleodactyl is a subspecies of the magpie.
Yes, we had this discussion, and yes, I would agree. The magpies are the genus,
Yeah.
I think, and then
Yeah.
the specific species name would be the Cleodactyl. Crisp and Crunch is dropping a big sub bomb into
Yes.
the chat. You
Whoa.
freaking legend.
I kind
Oh,
of.
there's some excellent names in that group of humans.
Hildeberry, D20,
D20,
LEB, NVCDM, fun. Guys, thank you so much. Crisp and Crunch, you bloody legend. What can I reward you with? Tell you what, Crisp and Crunch, let us, because of your generosity, let's give everybody an adversity token. Which is what it's called. It's an adversity token, not an austerity token.
Sorry.
That was it.
Yes. That means I've got 2.
You get, and
I
this is
think
good
have two.
because for
I have
combat,
3.
if you get hurt, you can burn one to reduce the damage.
Ooh.
Noise.
Which might be relevant because at the very end of last week's or the last fortnight's episode, Spot woke up to a voice in her ear, which was the spaceship Sunshine going, "Hey, Spot, little buddy." In fact, I have the words that she said to you. I think we got a problem. There's 6 Horulka on board. Looks like they mean to stay. Don't know how they got here, but that's a sore spot on my back, so maybe through there. Anyway, I think they already rounded up the others, so you might want to hide or something. So, what do you
Yeah.
do?
But first of all, we're getting judgmental looks by Strahd, right over there.
Not on screen, sadly, but yes, noted.
Yeah.
I did notice him before. Ardana has a Strahd pop vinyl mini.
Oh, I have a little tiny
Yes.
teddy bear who's giving us the academic stare down back there, just with
Yes.
the dean.
Lost Archive likes
Spot-
my episode title. Thank you very much. I'm quite proud of it.
Spot immediately opens her eyes and just. Wait. How many or what and why?
6? I think they're called Horulka. And
Okay.
as to the why, I don't know. Anyway, 2 of them look to be coming up the corridor towards your room.
Could you tell me where the others, the other 4 would be?
Well, at this point, actually, we are going to cut to the other 4th. So,
Yeah.
where would you guys have been? Where were you when we were having this naplet?
I was sleeping in the cockpit on my perch.
On your perch. Very well. So, Terrace, you can, with disadvantage, please, roll me a... Oh, I'm trying now to remember the specific names of the stats in this game. I think it would be either brains or flight, to notice someone sneaking in behind you, but you are asleep, so with disadvantage, roll the dice twice and pick the lower result.
So if that is flight, that would be a D12. Oh my god, where are my dice?
Yeah, I was gonna say, I just accidentally put my dice down in the wrong spot. Hang on.
Here.
One moment, I need to find my dice.
Are you telling me neither of you have
Dice.
dice within reach right now? What sort
I've
of
got dice
D&D
within reach, I just needed to find...
They were within reach, but not within cabled reach.
I
That's
need
the
to
issue
actually
with the-
deliver Malika her complimentary. Hey,
That is a D8.
you're
Okay.
now a streamer dice because I've got some dice presents for you, Malika.
Ooh,
So that was an 8 when I finally actually found my D12 and wasn't trying to roll the D8 instead.
An 8
Yes, that was with
did you-
disadvantage.
with disadvantage. Wow, nice. Okay,
I rolled a 10 and an 8, so...
very nice. Alrighty.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So
I'm
in
missing
this
dice.
system, each player has 6 stats. Not unusual from D&D so far, but instead of having a particular score for each stat, they instead have one different kind of dice for each stat. So a D4, a D6, a D8, and so forth, each one applied to a different stat. So everybody has one thing that they're a D20 good at, and one thing that they're a D4 bad at.
wait,
Dice, however,
Josh?
that roll the max do explode. Yes?
Josh, did you say fight or flight?
Light.
Light.
That's my D20. So
I
one
thought
moment. That would be a 7.
so. A 7. Okay, no worries.
Yes.
Katie Wolfsbane, don't know what you're talking about, stares at my big bag of dice. Yeah.
I upgraded.
I happen to know there is at least 100 within, like, 3 feet of me right now. Because I
Yep.
found a bunch last night that I forgot I owned.
Oh, there's boxes back there. This is just the quick grab one with the built-in rolly bit.
Yeah. Skylar, you do not notice as a pair of Horelka up behind you. The first thing you feel is a bunch of tentacles wrapping around your limb. You do, however, sort of squawk awake, and yeah, you are being slowly engulfed by a large fleshy mass. What are you?
Get off! He's going to try and slash at these tentacles.
Yeah.
With his sharp little clawfoot things that he's wearing.
That is a fight check.
That is a D12. That is a nat 1.
Not ideal. So for fighting, you roll against your attacker's crit to damage them. If you roll higher than them, injuries occur. You did not succeed. You may be surprised to learn. I got a 10.
I'm not.
So for my first dice roll of this game, I got a 10, pretty good. So yeah, you did not successfully manage to slash at them, and they are basically just going to continue slowly engulfing you. In fact, now you can smell something quite unpleasant sort of waft into your nostrils, and you very quickly pass out. As you try ineffectually to slash at them. Basically, more tentacles wrap around your limbs, disabling you completely. Yeah.
I was going to say, was it frightened bird poop? Because that's that's possible.
Probably a little bit.
You know what?
Yeah.
I didn't want the last bit of my pizza. That's fine.
Save it for later. It'll be fun.
Yeah. No.
What was ZuRon doing, and where was he?
ZuRon. He was having a proper little nap in the engineering bay, which is basically his little hub, his little room. So he has a slightly elevated cot that's set up next to the mini charging station he's like rigged together for his suit. Unfortunately, he was outside of the suit. So he was in his little 3.5 foot glory in his underoos that very much resemble footy pajamas. Having a sweet like the proper like lullaby playing in the background type nap. He was dead to the world. He was tired.
Does he have he has like a mobile of different tools like wrenches and spanners?
Us now.
Traditional. It's a traditional thing for his people.
Exactly. Yeah. It's proper. It's the only way.
And I'm imagining the charging station is just the suit is just doing the Stairmaster on its own. It's just this robot without a head is just marching on the spot.
Literally what I had pictured. Like it just
I love it so much.
Go by himself. Oh yeah. So he's in his little footy pajamas, but he was like wrapped up and dead to the world. He's quite defenseless.
Yeah.
Poor little ZuRon.
Well then you can roll me I think it would be flight. A flight check with disadvantage if you're asleep, to notice these Horelka swooping in on you.
So my flight is D8. And...
Is it a D8 when you are not in your suit?
Hang on, let me check. It is a D8 when I'm not in my suit. Flight, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I get a +1 when I'm in it, but it's still a D8 when I'm not in it.
Sure. Nice.
Sweet. Okay. Let me...
So 2 D8s and pick the worst.
Okay. Okay.
This is far
Oh,
too
well.
chill.
Well, I rolled a pair of sixes, so it looks like it's gonna be 6.
Looks like you got a 6. Not too bad. But yeah, you heard a slight hissing as the door to the engine bay opened. But you didn't really catch anything else until you feel like a deep vibration through you as your jaw is resting, because you've got quite a wide face. Your jaw resting on your pillow feels some vibrations from the ground through it. There's really low thrumming noise, like beyond, like beneath normal hearing, normal human hearing. But it doesn't really manage to seep through your consciousness until once again you feel these tentacles begin to wrap around your limbs as you are slowly lifted out of your bed, footsie pajamas and all.
Oh no!
What do? You probably snap awake at that point.
Yeah. I don't know how well this is gonna go for him. Probably not well.
Might not.
But
Who knows?
he tries to I think at this point, if he's being lifted, he would be lifted past the suit. So I think his instinct is to try and reach the suit as he's like sort of half asleep. So let's say they've like engulfed both of his legs and but his arms are free. So he's gonna kind of try and reach towards the neck of the suit so he can like press one of the like emergency buttons. But we'll see whether he succeeds.
Very well. That's very quick reactions on his part. I don't hate it. Neat idea. Can you make me a... this will be an opposed check. Your flight versus their fight.
My flight versus their flight. So it's still the
D8, I think.
D8. Sure.
But theirs is only a D10. Oh.
Okay.
You can do it.
Ooh.
Believe in you.
Okay. Fingers crossed. The D8 loves giving me 6. Another 6.
You succeed.
Oh!
What do you manage to do, Andy? ZuRon. Sorry, reading the wrong name. I was reading the name above Malika's head, not below Malika's head.
Now I gotta keep storytelling.
Owen, not a problem. Have a lovely evening. Thank you so much for the raid, you bloody champion. Owen, I sent a message to the stream team Discord as well. Have a look in there. It concerns a potential opportunity for Jasper's game week.
Okay. So, he... Again, it was kind of instinctive, like, sort of flapping and, like, hitting the button. So he hits the button.
One arm flails wildly off to the side and then stops.
And the suit... It's a good thing, but it could end up being a bad thing. Like, not helping him at all.
Yeah.
The suit disengages from charging and autonomously turns and grasps the tentacles that have a hold of them.
Ooh.
Yeah. But it can't really do much. Like, it can grasp and it can hold, but it's kind of locked in this position once it turns and grasps. And I imagine the tentacles might start to engulf.
That's freaking cool. Okay, ZuRon, you have managed to delay this in long enough that you managed to get a good look at the Horolka. Horolka are large creatures, almost too big to fit down the corridors of the ship. Their bloated bodies are vaguely oval, with mottled skin in a variety of colors. There is a pair in here. One is sort of mottled greens and yellows. The other is yellows through blues. And they trail several tentacles underneath them from their undersides as they float through the ship. So mostly it's just this large gas bag floating above a bunch of trailing tentacles. Think a jellyfish, but
it's a flump, but not a flump.
Not a flump. It doesn't have eye tentacles. It doesn't actually have any tentacles at all, and it's more of an agglomeration of balloons like all sort of melded together a little bit. Lumpy, 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 lumpy. Yeah.
They're like a lumpy Portuguese man of war, almost.
Very much.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
I get it.
pleasant. That's a pleasant image.
They do not appear to have eyes, but the low-pitched thrumming you picked up before does intensify. There are two of them, and they are, like, between them, it's trying to grapple you. However, your suit has turned around and grabbed one of them, and this has given the pause for thought. They may well still succeed, but you have bought yourself a moment to attempt something. What would you like to do?
I don't know. What would he do? He's already activated the suit.
Just FYI, Kate, a similar but slightly different situation will be coming towards Mandi.
No.
Yes.
Kate,
Oh my, yes.
Kate has an idea. She's just waiting.
Okay,
now.
love it.
I don't know, but we'll see.
Are ZuRon's arms still free
Yep.
at this point?
Yep.
I thought that was my headset being throwing static at
No.
me.
There is engine noise, engine room sound effects now. I had fun with Sirenscape this afternoon. Never got to play with sci-fi noises before.
Sorry, I dropped a dice. It was D4. It was going to be bad time if I didn't find it.
Yeah, valid.
Found it.
Would you like us to skip away to Mandi and while you have a think?
Please do.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to have a think.
Mandi,
Yes.
a flight check from you, please, with disadvantage. Well, first of all, what were you doing when everyone was napping? Were you napping?
I think she was napping. She's taking the
Tired blob.
opportunity. Take the opportunity. Everyone else
Yep.
is gonna have a nap. You know.
What do
Not gonna miss out on
Mandi's
anything.
quarters look like on this
Well, that's what I
vessel?
was gonna say. I feel like we
Is
have the
it a
small
large
problem of being
bucket?
an ooze, right? Well, I was thinking more like less a bucket and more like a fancy bathtub.
Sure.
You know, like with the claw feet and the
Yeah.
sort of
Excellent.
Yeah, not just a bucket, but rather a decorative, functional
Yeah.
bucket, but not bucket. But it has to be made out of something that's not organic, because otherwise she'd accidentally consume it while asleep.
I'm having an idea of like a traditional Japanese inspired hot tub
Yeah,
without the
yeah.
water because of
Yeah.
her spiritual feelings towards that place. However,
Yeah.
it is painted in all manner of different shapes.
Oh yeah, it's like the world's worst small child's
Yeah.
bathroom decor learning type even potentially little like divots in the sides that are like an ice block. Things
Compressed
that she could
yourself.
just be like, I could be a little bit of a heart right now.
I'm a bit of a
I could
Play-Doh.
be-"
Yay.
Yeah, like, I mean, she's functionally living Play-Doh, but like,
Yeah.
you know,
I love
somewhere
it.
between living Play-Doh and living slime. It's
LEB says making random shapes in her sleep, just
Well, like,
forming
wake-
into.
waking up with the bit that's now accidentally heart-shaped because she's been leaning on the wrong bit. You know? Like the exact opposite of people.
Would
We
that
end
be
up with a weird
comfortable
life.
for her, or not uncomfortable?
Not in the same way that if you lie on the wrong bit of like a pillow or whatever, and you end
Yeah.
up with the ridge in your own
Yeah.
face, like
Doesn't
not
bother you.
uncomfortable.
Like, okay.
Also probably used to it because like this is where she sleeps.
Okay, so she's in a giant bathtub
Yeah.
that looks like a traditional Japanese sauna.
onsen. Yeah.
And yeah, what's she doing? Is she like that? So she's asleep?
Yeah, I think she's, or if she's not asleep, then she's like right in that dozy,
Yeah.
like,
All right.
it's been a big day. So it depends on
then
how
a-
long it's been since, yeah.
A flight check with disadvantage, please.
Okay. Light, you say.
Mm-hmm.
D20s. Goodo.
Ooh.
I also rolled two of the same. I rolled two 11s.
Yay!
That's pretty good. Mandi,
I'll take that.
I will, you, as you
Yes.
are just dropping off, do you have eyes? Is there eyes
I don't know if we
floating in the
ever
thing?
established
No.
whether these have eyes.
The thing is, you're doing such great face acting, I assume she has your face. It's just floating in an ooze.
Oh, that's terrifying.
No,
like an
I'm
ooze.
just
I love
I'm
that.
just taking your features and transplanting them to an ooze.
I'll take that. I was thinking, yeah, like she's if I'm
Kind of like the abyss.
I was gonna say if I blended the two references together, it's
I'm
like
just
a
picture-
gelatinous cube, but Cassandra from.
Yes,
Yes,
that was what I was
that.
doing. Yeah, I was
No.
doing the Doctor Who. Yeah,
The face.
blend. Like the face of
Oh,
Bo, but
wait.
not because
yeah, a little bit.
too
Yeah,
much. Or like,
same episode actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
I mean, arguably, like QB the gelatinous cube, who we invented for Dear Doctorates, if there is an emote in the chat. That idea of like just little face, but in
Yeah.
bulk.
it may have come from that in part. Yes.
Yeah.
So
that does help. Yeah.
your eyes are just drifting closed or whatever they do, and you feel through your substance, through your connection to the inorganic floor, a vibration, a subsonic vibration, and it is loud enough to rustle you back to consciousness. Your eyes drift open, and I imagine them slowly oozing up above the edge of the bathtub, but only your eyes, like a frog.
Oh my god. No, like what's the character at the top of the wall? There's a comic book, and I've forgotten the
Humpty
reference.
Dumpty?
Oh no, this is like it's like just a nose and some eyes that peek
Right.
over this wall, and it's got "someone was here" written on the wall, but I can't remember. But
Right.
yes, that idea of like
Yeah, your eyes peek up over the wall, and you see two Harulka flying into the room. Now, it's worth noting, you do not know, any of you, ZuRon or Skylar or Mandi, have never heard of or seen these creatures before. You see two large, vaguely amorphous ovoid creatures, about 8 feet across each one, with a whole bunch of tentacles flying, like drooping out from underneath them, as they drift in through the door to your cabin, one after another, sort of using their tentacles to propel themselves along. In part, however, they seem to be propelled by expulsions of gas.
Ah, they're
they
fart
have a toot.
monsters?
Yeah, they have a little toot.
But it's very quiet. It's sort of like whispers through the air.
silent
And
but deadly.
the second one is carrying a large bucket.
She's gonna go as flat as
Hey,
she
Kyoto
can.
Goblin.
Like, like it's that image of
No.
someone going into a doorway or into a space and going, huh! But like stuck to, so she's now in every crevice of her little hearts and her little icy pole type thing. She's
Very
like,
well.
what?
You
Probably like one eyeball in
Ooh.
one eyeball in another. Just
So, that's very interesting. So, Andy, how long can you maintain this? This would be a grit check to sort of do that, wouldn't it?
yeah, it's a grit of. Where's the rule gone? Where's the thing gone? There is a grit check to make. Pull me in. Grit check.
That's not for you to run.
Don't remember because this thing is very long. This document is not
Scrolling,
easy.
scrolling, some. Scrolling,
Yeah, I like went to
scrolling.
Control F. Did not find.
Go!
Did not find what I was looking for.
Scrolling.
Scrolling.
More of the scrolling some.
Do. No, wait, I can't sing on stream. There's redeems for that on other channels. There are. If Meeples and Dragons hits 250 subs, then I have to sing on stream. Which
Nice.
means,
Eventually, soon.
one day. What? Like inform me in. Okay, maybe. Gelatinous field. Yes, thank you. I know what I am. I want to know more about how this works. Grit check of 4 or higher, cumulative per minute.
Right. So a grit check of 4, please.
Well, hopefully. Let's see. Grit check.
Yeah.
I got 4. I got exactly
Nailed
a
it.
4. So-
Nailed it. Cool.
Next minute.
You can manage this for about a minute, but this is quite extreme shape taking, which is definitely a TV program in your homeworld.
Yeah.
It's actually probably a Japanese program that you're very fond of.
Yeah.
And these two creatures sort of drift to a halt about halfway through crossing your room, and one blasts out. The creature is not here, and then the other, at exactly the same time, over the top of it, says, "In packs there are strength." You do not understand the noise they make. The speech of these creatures is a cacophony of noise. It's a collection of screeches and low tones, similar to whale song. Both creatures speaking at once. The universal translator, however, that you have implanted in your whatever you have for it that places an ear, is able to get a good guess of what they are saying, like the phrases are layered over each other. So you hear, but they're both saying it simultaneously, and you're like, oh, okay. Yeah. They are confused.
I'm gonna try and, like, think like a slug. Yeah.
Yeah. but like a rug.
Yeah.
Like a rug. Sort of. Alright.
Yeah. Yeah.
A flight check, please. And I am going to roll their
I forgot
brains.
how chaotic Kate really is.
I'm going to roll a brains check. Okay. Number to beat, Kate, is a 12.
Well, I got a natural 20, so...
Nice! Which
Yay!
explodes.
Oh, which explodes! Oh my! And then I got a 4. The 24 altogether.
It is, Tony, it's not an energy drink. This is Corona 0% alcohol. Corona. It actually tastes exactly the same as the dirty Mexican dishwater it's based on.
I was gonna say, so not good anyway? Like...
It's fine. I don't actually mind Coronas. I quite like them, but, yeah. With enough
have a
lime,
fun-
anything is tolerable.
I have a fun Corona story. It's not really fun. It's just
Is
one
it?
of those. I should have realized I was autistic and ADHD a really long time ago. Stories. Basically, I was like the first 18-year-old in the group of people who weren't really friends, but they're just around you at the time.
Island of
So
Misfit Toys. The
Yeah,
Island
so
of Misfit Toys.
they sent me to get alcohol, and I'm fairly certain I had no idea what to buy. So one of the things I bought was just a single Corona.
That's amazing.
Beverage.
Chaotic Goblin, you Chaos Monkey!
Yeah, you bloody champion. Another. Wow. Well, look, seeing as we've already done it once, let's do it again.
Chaotic Goblin, just for clarity, that's over on Meeples and Dragons if what you're trying to do is make this stream. Because those are two different
It's
targets.
very fucking welcome here.
You're welcome here, but just so you know. It's over there.
I tell you what, Chaotic Goblin, if we get to 250 followers, is it 250? Okay.
250 subs.
Yeah, if we get to 250 subs, I will serenade you on stream, and I've
I'll
actually got
duet
quite
with
a
you,
nice.
Josh. There you go. We'll do it
Fucking
together.
done.
There we go.
That'll be chaotic as fuck because there's a lag.
No, then we have to meet up in person and prove
Yeah.
that we exist in the
Yeah.
same time and space.
Yeah, and that Kate and I have performed live on stage together. We've done this. It was a while ago, but we have done it. Funeral dirge incoming. No, maybe. Hype train is close. That's dangerous.
Yeah. That's because
Thank you very much.
Get 5 subs.
Okay. Yeah. That is the sneakiest sneaky sneak you've ever been. Yeah, basically, what color is Mandi? Blue?
I had it as like, yeah, like this blue.
Oh, that's right. There was the sparkly blue. Yeah. So
It's like the dice then.
an icy blue carpet slowly slithers out of the room underneath the dripping tentacles of these things. Once one of the tentacles comes near you, but I'm imagining you're like making partings in yourself.
Yeah.
Like, yep, dodge, no. Crisp and crunch, you bloody champion.
Hi, train.
I
I just see Mandi
No.
using little feetsies of herself under the platform and just
I don't know if anyone remembers Alex Mack, but I'm just picturing the CGI
That's
of
that was my brain.
when she
That
turned
was
into
my
a
brain.
puddle and just.
Oh, I'm so glad someone else is as terribly 90s as I am. Yes.
I love this.
So, yeah, you all have an extra adversity token, and
Okay.
Crisp and Crunch, you can drop another one on someone who you choose.
Oh man.
Oh.
Each sub will do that. Let's say from meow on.
Oh.
Suddenly, all of your players
Wait,
are like.
Are we marking a third
Ooh.
adversity token? Is that what's going on?
Sorry, everybody got one.
I think I'm up to 4 now. I'm gonna use one on my next round because I'm just collecting them.
It's a Pokemon moment. It's fine.
Okay.
Let me just find.
Gotta catch them all. I almost sang that, but then I remembered. Gotta catch them all. Just say it in a flat monotone.
And don't mind me. I have now got a fuzzy dice tray in my lap.
Josh, did you have a gift sub from the channel for yourself?
Stellan gave it to me ages ago. I don't support my own channel. Why would I? We just smashed through our highest level hype train ever.
I don't know if that's true.
That's amazing.
Oh,
Is it?
oh
your
no,
hype train
about to.
record
It
is
says
level
I'm
4.
about to.
Your hype train level is 13% of level 4. Is your
Oh.
highest hype train level.
Oh, okay.
But you know,
I'm
people want to
incorrect
do stuff
then.
to get there. Then.
It told me I was. Never mind. Anyway,
This is right.
I think Sky needs the token. Skylar and Mandy. Yeah, Skylar's getting the. Mandy's getting the awesome rolls already. All right, Skylar, you get another one. Nice. Terrace.
Jesus Christ. Hello.
Naughty boy, you.
What?
There you go. Record shattered.
Goblin, there we go.
Here to Goblin.
Now-
Jesus Christ. Guys are fucking legends. Thank you so much, you excellent individual.
Hey.
All of you. I'm a little bit like, wow.
But yes, no, I 100% think the Alex Mack thing is the exact thing
Yeah.
that happens. It's the like, and puddle?
I'm actually... My mental reference actually goes to Fred Flintstone bowling.
Yes.
He gets
Yes.
up on his tiptoes. And it's that... Yes.
Oh my God.
Crispin Crunch is a massive troll. Look, I love it when I make the streamers unable to think because they're being so generous. Oh, guys, stop it. Thank you. Don't stop. Thank you. Excellent individuals, all of you. You fantastic. I love you all so much. It's very rewarding to be appreciated, guys. Thank you. Hey, Morphs. Fred Flintstone Twinkle Toes. Absolutely. Yes, right. So, Mandy, you managed to carpet out of there. Nice. That is a verb now, apparently.
Yeah, to carpet. Yeah, no, I love it. I'm keeping
I love it,
forever.
yes.
Yeah.
Where do you go, Mandy, to get away from these gas bags?
I would like to go into one of the tubes that get used for people to move around the
Spot to
ship.
move. Yes.
Please.
The spot
The
network.
tactical the tactical spot delivery system.
Yeah. I'm going into the yes, I'm going into the tactical spot delivery system.
I'm now imagining the carpet rolling itself into a tube.
Yes.
And continuing in tiny little legs to like your eyes coming up the tube.
it's like one of those chocolate roll cakes with the icing in the middle. Yeah, with eyes at the end.
The Swiss
like a log
rolls.
cake. Like a Swiss roll log cake. Eyes at the end.
Oh dear.
I hope you all needed a laugh because that's where we're
It's
going.
like Thomas the Tank Engine and the Swiss roll kind of thing.
I'm James.
I just love how Mandy swings from adorable to body horror and back again. It's great.
Oh god.
You're welcome.
Okay. Chaotic Goblin, you splendid individual as well. Who do you want it for? Who are you going to give yours to?
My.
In fact, you know what? Let's just say blanket. Everybody gets another one.
Hey!
Ugh.
Oh, you know I'm gonna
train
use
now.
mine for shenanigans.
I know. I assumed that. We have
No,
derailed.
I have not. No. I have kept it on the rails on
Yep.
the Thomas the Tank
Choo
Engine.
choo!
Just-
Down the tunnels.
What's wrong?
All right, so 2 of you have been maybe captured, and one of you's managed to escape. ZuRon, you are in the midst of being captured.
Okay.
What do you do?
Okay, our boy is still waking up and thinking a bit more about his personality. I wish he were a bit more practical and not so intellectual, but I know this is what he's gonna do. He's just gonna be like, what are you? What do you want? So he's just gonna talk to them.
Okay, so same deal. You hear this deep thrumming burst through in the bones of your jaw, which I think some evolutionary ancestor of yours used to pick up like sub-audio, like tremor sense. And I'm now making that canon. So you can feel it like in your bones, this deep thrumming whale song that they produce. And again, you don't understand it, but your universal translator, again, sort of like you're wearing as an earpiece sort of situation. One of them, they both speak over the top of each other, and there's this woo noise coming in. But at the same time, you hear meaningful words coming out of it. One of them says, "We are the Haralka. You have trespassed." While the other one says, "Your individuality is weakness." Both layered over the top of each other. As they continue to grapple you and start actually lifting you up into they're actually sort of floating together now and sort of really starting to enfold you.
Well, really all he can do is say something right now because his arms are all.
His arms are now just about I would say your last fingertip just
He does have weirdly long fingertips, so it was probably uncomfortable for everyone enveloping.
It's deeply unpleasant. Yeah.
So is he experiencing a similar thing in that, like, he's slowly gonna be knocked out?
You can ask one more question if you like, and then the gas will come.
No. Okay. And things. Doesn't matter.
What? No, I am open to input because he's just gonna say something stupid.
That's a moment of going like, no, that's not fair and too metagaming, and I'm not gonna be that person. Nope.
Okay. What's he gonna complain about?
Of course he is.
He's like, of course he's gonna complain about something. Let's go with the. Oh yeah, he says argumentatively has to get the last word in before they envelop him, and he's like, oh, well, that's stupid. How can you trespass in space? And then he gets enveloped.
He does,
silly.
and they say, one of them you hear says, "This system is ours," while the other says, "The machine gives you only half the picture." As you are sucked up into between the two of them, their tentacles wrapping around you, your last sight being of your suit doing star jumps without you. And then you think no more as the gas invades your nostrils and you pass out. Spot.
Yes.
Yeah, so your conversation with Sunshine, Sunshine says, "Well, they'd taken ZuRon, and Skylar was on the bridge. There's now a bit of a mess to clean up, but he's been taken too. I don't know what happened to Mandi. I wasn't watching too closely. I try not to keep an eye on your personal quarters. Anyway, what you gonna do, little buddy?
Oh, well,
Also, can I just for a moment chat? The community generally, Chaotic Goblin and Crisp and Crunch and everybody else who contributed to that hype train, our biggest hype train ever. Guys, thank you so hecking much. We appreciate the absolute heck out of it. You bloody champions. You're all winners in my book. And all the other bits. I am, knocked out by the generosity. Thank you so much, guys. Bless your hearts. If you sneeze during that hype train, bless you. Okay. Right. What you gonna do, little Pomeranian hedgehog girl?
Well, when you say taken, have they left the ship? Are they still on the ship?
They're about to.
Okay. Skylar, and the
He's gone.
things. Are they still on the... They gone? They left the bridge?
He's gone off the bridge, heading up the main dorsal access way.
Okay. So, kinda need the captain for this one. I don't know how to steer this thing. But,
Oh,
I have an idea for something crazy. But, if we can intercept them, maybe. Is there a way you can, I don't know, lock them off?
they seem to have overridden all of my internal doors and locks. Unfortunate.
Oh, that's not right.
No, it's not. I really like to be able to close my own doors. Also, anonymous gifter, thank you very much for the gifted sub to Wooten Forge. Anyway.
Hey.
Well, it seems that, okay. Where is the the tubes? Are they free up until the storage area?
They're
I
all
was
good
thinking if
except for one. There's a nasty blockage up in one of them.
We'll deal with that one
I
later.
don't know what it is.
Oh, we'll deal with that one later. I just want to know if... so I have this really crazy idea. And it might not work. And it might actually be really bad.
If it's any consolation, they don't seem to want to take you... they don't seem to want to kill anybody.
Oh, that's a good thing. That gives us time. Oh, think. Oh, well, this is me having to check something real quick, but I might have an idea. And of course, as soon as I want to check what a cyberware hacker can do, the page says cannot be accessed.
Is that what you want right now?
Oh no.
Yeah.
Damn size, thank you very much for the sub, you bloody champion.
I
Avast,
am,
matey!
you
You
good
wee
egg.
scallywag. Good on
so-
you, bloody champion.
What
Rolling,
Spot would
scrolling,
like to
scrolling.
do
Uh-huh.
is basically see if there's some way to get the ships, like if she can lower the ship's life support systems.
Ooh.
Not enough to
Smart.
kill people, but just lower them.
Uh-huh.
But
Yeah?
she doesn't.
There'd be a
she doesn't
terminal in
want to
her
do-
room.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that. Play well, Ellie B. Thank you very much. Good night to you
Night-night,
wonderful
Alex.
humans and oozes.
So
Only
she
because
would
you
like.
know me, Ellen, you're getting away with that.
Okay, so I'm pretty sure you're not gonna like this, Sunshine, but
What you gonna do, little buddy?
Oh, we need I have no idea what these things are. I've never seen them before, but I imagine that if we can bring the life support systems down to maintenance level only, we might be able to flush them out.
That might work. I'm up for it. I just want you to know that'll probably switch off most of my higher functions. Basically, I go to sleep.
Oh. Yeah. Well,
But it does occur to me that they float. If you turn off the gravity, they might really struggle.
yeah. Well, let's start by doing that. So I'm gonna, you might also not like this one, but,
Also, Mandi loves that idea. Loads
Yes.
of little
I get
spheres.
to be a sphere.
This is the best day. It's the worst day.
But yeah, so if we turn off the internal gravity, we'll start there and see what happens. And if they try to get out of that hole they made in you, which I don't understand why they would do that on a
I don't
actual
think it's a
living
hole.
being.
I've got an access port up there.
Oh, okay.
Used to be
oh,
my
yeah, that's true.
blowhole.
Oh, yeah, that's true. I keep
Till
forgetting about
ZuRon
that
did
one.
his whatever he did.
Well, if they try to get out or leave with our friends, I want you to bring down the life support systems to maintenance level.
I can't do that. That's you know how I'm not allowed to control systems that might kill you guys if I decide I don't like you?
Oh yeah, true.
You'll have to do it. I can show you
well-
how, but I need a human with a pair of, I need a being with a pair of hands, or at least something that approaches a pair of hands, maybe a tentacle or something, to actually press the button.
Oh.
You know I ain't speciesist.
Yeah, that's true. Well, if it turns out that they are trying to get away with our friends and
they
there's
are.
no other way to stop them, well, if the gravity thing doesn't stop them or slow them down, I'm gonna bring the everything down to maintenance
Right,
level.
Spot.
Just
The
so you're
ones that
prepared
went
for
to
that.
see Mandy's room, they've got a bucket there. I don't know if they found her, but they're drifting towards you now. Also,
Okay,
that
so-
blockage in the tubes, it's moving.
Well, that might actually be Mandi.
Oh,
Ma-
That's
oh, we
weird.
never told.
that's weird as hell.
Yeah, we never told.
I don't know
Mandy how
why,
the
but that is
system
weirder
works.
than just you guys living in me.
And we never told Mandy how
I
it
am
works.
not sure if I'm comfortable with that.
Well, if you could, maybe I don't know. Is there a way to get Mandi from where she is? If it is Mandi, from where she is now to say
There is.
here?
Oh my, yes, there is. You know how the system is pneumatic?
Medic.
Yes.
I know how this is systematic.
Well,
I don't think
that I
Mandi knows
can
how
do.
it works.
No, I can't know that this is pneumatic.
You helped build it. Spot.
Yeah. Spot
All right,
knows.
Spot,
Mandi
give me a-
probably doesn't.
Spot, give me a brains check. It's I'm gonna say an 11. To
Okay.
successfully activate the pneumatics in such a way that Mandi is ejected from the correct port. And I say ejected, I really mean exuded.
Is this
Extruded.
going to make
Extruded.
Mandy? Is this going to make Mandy an Uji spaghetti?
Yep.
I forget.
Oh no! Oh, I
no.
just realized something dumb.
What?
What?
What'd you do?
Roll.
So the pneumatic transport system is currently going to turn into an Uzi.
You have another audacity point or whatever they're called. Well done. Very good. Extremely good work there.
Oh no! That's a 9.
Well, so
Wait.
you
Take it
said the
easy.
number you needed was an 11. You can use
Hold up.
adversity points to improve it by 2.
I need to check something first. Why did you start from the top, you stupid document?
What are you trying to find, Don?
Rolling, scrolling,
Cornerians have a
some.
thing when doing stuff with organic stuff.
This is mechanical.
Yeah. But yeah, I would absolutely use an audacity point for that.
It's 1 per point that you needed to increase by, so
Okay,
you'd have to burn
2.
2. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you did just pick one
So-
up for the Uzi comment. So, yeah,
Yes.
yeah, cross off effectively 1. Mandi, there is a, it's not the normal crisp, it's more of a, very proud of that noise.
Yes.
Excuse me while I just quickly clip
Seriously
that
considered
for you
inviting
for
my
later.
granny to watch this stream. Glad I didn't.
Oh,
I've
no.
now clipped that for your posterity for
Oh,
later.
proud.
Hi, Nana.
No, I decided against it mostly because my nana is 92 and completely tech illiterate. But I may
No.
well message her a link to the VOD because I'm very proud of this campaign. Yes, Uzi Mandius oozes her way out.
Oozes her way out.
I'm gonna say with a fair degree of force. It's not like a bleh, it's a bleh.
I mean, look,
There
I
is-
think we've kind of established she's a bit more like a non-Newtonian fluid, so give enough pressure, she's acted like a solid, it's fine.
And I'm liking the idea of
Again,
I regret nothing.
hilarity meets body horror.
Did we just turn her inside out?
Spot just whoop.
Yeah, these tubes are not straight either.
Oh,
No.
I've just realised that someone
And
is going to
Mandi-
watch this one later. Gift me with all these faces. It's gonna.
Mandi literally flies across the room a tube of ooze and then hits the wall and slides down it. And I very much mean literally does this.
And Spot is very happy that she is less than a foot tall.
Does it strike the wall above Spot's head? Like, ah!
Yes.
Yeah, excellent.
It probably
have
would.
any
It's like,
I mean, I know it literally has an impact on me, but does it have any impact on me?
Make me a grit check. You've been in that form for a little minute now.
Okay. Can't believe I've done this. to myself.
accordance.
Another 4. Alrighty, I'm gonna need you to burn an austerity token to successfully manage to avoid injury.
Oh.
Good you've got all these things, actually, because, yeah,
my
this is
God.
only gonna get harder from here. So, Spot, you have successfully reunited with one of your crewmates. Or really, rather, forced her to reunite with you. Sunshine
You will
says,
come back.
"Oh, there you are. Nice to see you, Mandi. Good to, well done avoiding the Herolka. Perhaps you guys might want to skedaddle, though. Anyway, I think they're about to open your door, Spot. Got maybe 10 seconds. Might have been better if you'd left Mandi in the tube.
Yeah, you could have used me to push you along.
You have 10 seconds before the dudes open the door.
Oh, time for dumb idea number 2. Sunshine, dear?
Yeah?
That thing about the gravity?
Alright. Show me where to press. As in, what, like, press this one, then that one. And a couple of holographic keys come up on your keyboard. And it's a big red button which says push here and then a love heart next to it.
Yep. Spot just...
However, there is actually, I will require a brains check from you. A brains check plus I think a D8. It is, I have made it sound very easy, it's not. But,
Can I help?
no, Mandi, Sunshine is helping.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which is where you
Okay,
get the plus
so-
D8 from, because the computer is helping you control it. It is a 12 you are looking for. Brains plus a D8.
So, D20 is a 14,
Oh,
and the D8 is a 2, so 16.
16. Does it quite successfully. You manage to
Yay.
blip, 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 press the big red button. And, Spot, you are now floating. You find yourself slowly drifting off the ground. Mandi, your tubular form slowly, you are drifting up off the ground now.
I'm a spear!
Yay!
You went from a spear to a sphere.
Yeah.
Yes.
And,
Yep.
Yep.
As she's floating up, Spot is basically trying to turn and turn on her back and then attach to the ceiling
okay.
with her
You
little.
are close enough to the ground that you can try to propel yourself towards the ceiling. Like give a good kick off. You were prepared for this. You knew what would happen. So make me a flight check, I think.
Not good for those, but could be worse.
The number
Maybe a
you are
fight
looking
one.
for is a 6.
That's a 12. 6. Oh, that's a 10
Nice.
Yay!
Very well.
on
yeah,
a
you
D10.
managed- On a D10, but explodes, but you've already beaten the thing you need. But rolling dice is fun. Tell me how high you got, because you might well really succeed.
It's a 12.
But I will allow you to ricochet around this room however you like. It's your bedroom, you're very familiar with it. I might even think you've probably done this before once or twice, as Mandi has gone like, hey guys, can we turn off the gravity for a while? I want to be a sphere. And Skylar's like,
so-
I don't mind 0G either, this is fine.
So basically what Spot is going to do is as soon as the big things, the man of war things, get through the door, she's gonna kick off from the ground and then just turn. You know the Yoda in the Phantom Menace? The ting 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 ting.
Yep.
And as a ball, so all her quills are straight out.
Oh. This is like an aggressive move.
Yeah, they
I
are hurting her
hecking
friends.
Love it. I hecking love it. Mandi, Spot is preparing violent action. What do you do?
I mean, I feel like I'm gonna float because I'm a 3-foot blob, so like this is a 3-foot wide sphere.
Yeah.
I'm basically gonna just like be enjoying my little floating around because I was not expecting Doji. I was like, what? Oh, I'm a sphere. Whee! And just generally playing like trying to avoid Spot.
Yeah.
Like dodge him.
Royalty-free classical music playing in her head. And she
Yeah.
Bury that.
Meanwhile, the violent pinball, the violently spiky pinball is flying.
Oh my god. I have never wanted an anime made of a game I've played more. ZuRon, no, while the machine goes.
just dancing to, and again, I'll say it, not sing it, just dancing to Good Vibrations by Mark Funky
Yes.
Bunch as he's dying.
I mean, we did name ourselves Ken.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
god. We did
Walking
name
on
ourselves
sunshine.
After
Oh,
Casey
that-
and the Sunshine Band.
Yeah.
Like,
That should be.
Oh
that
no, but
should be
Skylar
the
in the Sunshine Band,
Skylar and the
wasn't it?
Sunshine Band.
That
Yeah.
should
Yeah.
be the soundtrack to ZuRon and Skylar getting engulfed, then
Yeah.
just walking on sunshine,
Yeah.
and playing in the background as they're
Yeah.
slowly getting engulfed.
Floating
Right,
in
good
the
time.
air.
Right.
Oh.
There are a pair of Hrolka coming up. So basically, the door creaks open slightly, and some tentacles. It's very forcing the door open, and then a large gas bag that really seems to be struggling to maneuver itself. It's used to being, it's used to floating. It's not used to being weightless, and it's really struggling with the new dynamic of momentum, basically. Take care, Chaotic Goblin. Thanks for joining us, buddy. You bloody champion. The first one manages to scooch its way through the door. It sort of has to compress itself to squeeze in through the... So it's not a particularly big door, it's Spot's room. It has to sort of like... come out. Amorphous is our way of life here. It manages to scoot on in, and then Spot power bombs it with herself all swooped up. There's two floating spheres. One is soft and blue, and the other is little brown with spikes. You power urchin this boy. Spot, can you make me it's a fight check, I expect, unless you would argue for a different ability.
Her fight check is catastrophically bad.
Is it a grit check to not rebound into and get consumed by it?
I will allow a flight in this instance because you are literally flying.
Okay, yeah, I'll take the flight. Yes.
Okay.
Because that is.
It will be opposed
my fight
by
is
the
a
creature's grit.
D4.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so my fight is a D4 minus 2.
I got a 7 on the dice.
Okay, but my flight is a D10, so and no negative. So yay.
Yeah.
You can do it.
No, I cannot. That's a 2.
How many austerity
but
tokens do you have?
I have 3. It won't help.
Not enough. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I've just been sent a link to a clip and I'm terrified for what it is.
The creature, you sort of rebound harmlessly off it. You're just not able to
Yeah.
get up enough momentum to pierce its leathery hide. And it flails back up at you. I'm going to make a fight check with disadvantage with it. To blat you away with the bucket it is holding in one of its tentacles.
Oh no.
A grit check, please, Spot. Or, if you are trying to avoid being hit, a fight check. Flight.
She has
check.
no control at
Yeah,
all
okay.
right now.
Grit it is
So
then.
it's a grit, and it's
just
higher
feels-
than my flight. So.
Okay.
This feels incredibly disrespectful.
I got
being
I got a
swatted with
9.
bucket.
It's all it had.
11.
All it had to tentacle. It tries to
So-
blat you away, and you manage it. Basically, it's more by luck than judgment. You happen to be drifting away from it as it's rolling in the air. There's two weightless balls of tentacles and spines trying to blast each other with themselves and a steel bucket. Mandi, what are you doing while watching this thing?
If you remember,
I do.
that I have the gross.
Yeah, I do remember that.
Which we established was just a little protrusion that just goes bleh. So I would basically like to play blur style ping pong, and just bleh to try and knock it back out of the room.
Are you going to knock Spot into it or try and push it away?
Push it away.
Okay.
I want to flat it out the door.
But question:
Yes.
Are the Hirolka organic?
Yeah, definitely.
Could
Yeah.
Mandy
I already
technically
had this plan for
eat
later.
them?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
I
horrible.
could technically
That's-
grab.
That's horrifying.
That was my. If I had not successfully stealthed out, my plan was to consume them
Eat
from
them.
the ground up. Remember how
Then you get to
said
hear
keep
the
adorable to body
subsonic
her up?
vibrations
Yes.
as they are slowly consumed over 1,000 years.
Oh god.
Those things
And
you
I'm
eat
not
don't struggle.
Most keyword
Most.
most.
You got a field mouse once. Hogan, thank you very much for the follow. That was well timed. I like that. Thank you very much for the
I'm
follow,
really
you
sorry
bloody
that
champion
that's
of
what you
Ask
called
Matey,
us.
you wee scallywag.
Josh is just slowly regretting having me on now.
My
No.
face hurts, and I'm okay with it. So
My head
you are going to blat this creature away. I would say that probably the easiest way to do that, given that you are weightless. So anything you push against it will just
Oh,
push
I'm
you
not- yeah.
away from it too. So if you extrude yourself into a column between the wall and it,
Yeah.
you just blurp, and push it back out the door.
Boing.
With the intention to then close said door.
With the intention to then have Spot know how to close the door because it's not my room, and I assume
Sure.
a very small hedgehog-sized something would know how to shut its own door that I don't know how
Well,
to do
it's
that.
probably just a button on the wall. Like, it's not a complicated thing.
So then Spot's just gonna aim for the button, and just go oops.
Yeah, sure. Make me that grit check that you do to form yourself into a new shape, and I will make a flight check for these creatures to try and avoid you.
Well, I exploded my D8, so...
You have succeeded then, because I rolled a 4. They do not have particularly good flight. They're not overly dexterous, particularly in Hero G. Turns out. Blumph. You blamf this gas bag that has not been punctured, fortunately, out of the. Otherwise, it goes.
Can only imagine the smell.
Well, exactly. You want something lighter than air. They don't smell good. None of them smell good. You manage to push it back out the door on a column of yourself, and
I'm having the best day ever. All the shapes.
Spot. How do you utilize this turn of events? I will get to the other two in a minute.
Well, considering that, she's going to start slowing down at some point, because even though we are in 0G, we are not in a vacuum.
You got clipped, so you were given a fair amount of momentum to get back up to the ceiling, so you can gather yourself and aim for a particular point, say a doorknob. I don't know, not a doctor.
Yeah.
It's a Family Guy reference, Kate.
Yeah. No, my brain did that. It just took a beat too long, and my face betrayed. I was like, what? Oh,
quick
there it is.
check. Because I have an idea for a combination 1-2 punch thing with Mandi.
Love it. Mm-hmm. Run it by Mandi. I'll go for it. Love it. Don't mind the
what's
metagaming at all if it's for fun.
I don't feel like I'm gonna say no.
No, Crisp and Crunch.
So-
She can't be painfully sharp. I would say she can be as crisp as a good D20, but no more. You know, like nothing to hurt yourself with.
So
Unless she eats you.
Yeah. So, Mandi, these things try to hurt our friends. So I have, I kind of want to hurt them. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And we could, because both you and I can become very, very small if we want to. So, what if... Okay, I'm talking quickly. I know. Push that thing, I close the door and we trap it.
In the door.
In the door.
Oh.
In the door.
Do you want me to just grab it and pull it, and then you can slam it?
Well, if you can grab and hold, and I'll slam the door.
I'm down. If Josh is down to let me do it.
You could try.
Use my gross bodily trick to...
Okay. This would be a fight
Mandi
check.
has used blab.
Oh, a fight check. That's not going to go well for us.
Nope.
This would be
It's
forcing a
1d4
creature...
-2.
forcing a creature to be pulled. For Mandi, a fight check. For Spot,
Okay.
it would be a flight check. Or
Okay.
brains. Operating machinery breed brains, really. So it could be a brains for Spot. But Mandi has first got to draw the creature back in, which is a wrestling move, which is fighting, I'm afraid. There isn't really any other way of... Like, unless Mandi were to leave the room and push it in using herself again, which would be grit. But then she'd be outside the room with the other Harolka.
Yeah, which I'm not keen to do.
Not ideal.
Okay, let's see if my...
You can try.
My piddly little let's try with my little caltrop of doom is gonna do us very well.
Hey, at least it's not negative 2
I
to
rolled
it,
a
like Spot
9.
has.
A 9.
You need 2 explosions.
I need 2 explosions.
You can do it.
Do it. There's like a 1 in
I
16
can't.
chance.
I can't with a 1.
No, that's probably not
I
great.
cannot
Mandy's
with
like,
a
come back in here, but your grabby hands are not existing. You have also 0 purchase for pulling.
Yeah.
You can push all day, but you
I've
cannot
gone back
pull.
to being a sphere, and I'm like,
The other Harolka is going to press the door to close. The door slams closed. As you hear thrumming through their vocalizers, steal the beings in here. Without unity, they lack strength, as in those are the 2 things they are saying layered over one another.
I don't think they want us to get out, but we could use the tubes. And she says,
And I
the same
think
thing.
we will take a break there.
Yes.
Hey.
As we cut to ZuRon and Skylar to find out what they've been doing this whole time.
Oh my god.
We will go for a short breaklet, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for all the freaking subs, guys. Thank you to our new followers, you bloody champions, all of the peeps, all of the things, amazing times. We just had another one. Darling VXD, thank you very much for the follow, you bloody champion. And us, matey, you wee scallywags. Body horror and oozes, great mix, good combo,
Oh
can
my
endorse.
god, I'm so
Yes.
Very recommend, much wow. See you guys in 5 to 10. We'll be back after we've unhydrated. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Ahoy and good day once again to ye mateys. Welcome back to some more Teens in Space.
Hey.
Hey, space.
We are back, and we are cutting now across to ZuRon and Skylar. You both, pretty much simultaneously, it feels, wake up on the floor of a room. Let me find the descriptions. You awaken inside a bare metal cell. The walls on 3 sides are a mottled metallic green, matching the unadorned ceiling and floor. The chamber is quite large. It's about 40 feet to a side. The 4th wall looks out across it's open and looking out across a similar sized chamber, beyond which is a corridor leading off to the left. There is nothing else in the space except for a shimmering force field bisecting the room. You're basically just both lying on the floor in here.
Are we in the same room or are we separated?
You are in the same room. They have not segregated you. I don't want to know how reading aloud. Or do I? Is it funny or is it inappropriate? The way you misheard. Shimmering horse field. Yes. Yeah. That's fine. I'm allowing that one. Yeah. I now have a vivid mental image. It's kind of pretty, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, just lots of them lined up.
Yeah.
Well, I think Skylar clearly needs to address the audience in order to break the 4th wall. Sorry,
yeah, all right. You can have an austerity token.
I really had to take a pause there because I was chewing on a pecan and
Ooh,
it very
that could have
nearly
been
went
deadly.
up the wrong way.
Yeah.
Yeah, it nearly went up the nose the back way.
Unicorns would be a force horse. So a field of unicorns would be a force horse field. So yeah, what do?
You
both have a slightly sort of icky. There's a bit of like the residue on your tongue.
Yeah. Skylar has opened his beak and is sort of licking his tongue onto a patch of dry feather, trying to scrape off goop because he's got a bird tongue. You know, it's sort of a dry thing. So just he's sort of looking around. He's just How heavy is ZuRon?
Goodness, how much does a toddler weigh?
15 kilos-ish?
Depends on the toddler. Oh, we did say
a
that
3 foot tall toddler.
We did say he's a little buff for his species. So let's say he's.
I know for a fact that a 9-year-old I taught who was no more than 4 foot tall and quite slender was about 22 kilos.
I was gonna say, yeah, like if someone's like 3 foot for preschoolers, you're talking between 14 and 15 kilos, 14 and 16 kilos, depending on
something around that.
So we'll say 18. Would Skylar be able to pick that up?
Probably. He's quite a tall boy.
Skylar would like to very
ZuRon
gently.
Down with that?
The ZuRon, I was just gonna say he sort of hasn't pried himself up yet. He's sort of like miserably laying on the ground,
His
dry
footsie
retching.
pajamas.
Yeah, dry retching into the floor because of the texture on his tongue.
Are they?
he's having a bit
Are
of
they? And this is a very important question. Are they patterned?
Yes. To bring this up earlier, yes, they are patterned, and they are the best pattern for teens in space. They're covered in like little spaceships and planets and constellations.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's going to pick him up if I may,
You have
by
a
the
tail?
back of his footy pajamas.
I decided he didn't have a tail
Okay.
because the thing is, I decided he was gonna have the footy pajamas with the tab in the back.
Oh
like
no!
that
Of course,
square
of course.
flap. But I was like, he doesn't need it for a tail or
No,
anything.
no.
It just
It's
has
just
a butt
convenience.
flap.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sure.
it's there. It's
All right,
there.
Skylar
Yeah.
picks him up by the butt flap.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's going to sort of put him down, but as he puts him down, he's going to sort of sneakily try and jab him into the force field just to see
Yeah.
how.
You're doing it a lot more gently. I was picturing this as like Skylar sort of picking him up and chucking him at the force field. So
No,
thanks
no, no.
for having-
It's gentle. He's not trying. He's just trying to see if it zaps or if it just.
It
Forces.
sparks and fizzes. Yeah. It's as you sort of lean against it, ZuRon, you sort of
Yeah,
sparks
that'll
and
be
fizzes. At you.
Because his head forward, so that'll be his big old dome that would have pressed
Yes.
against the force field. So he has a bit of a like.
Oh, good. You're awake.
But it doesn't hurt him. It just sort of wakes him up. There's
Yeah.
shock to
Yes,
the
good.
system.
Good.
Yeah.
You're awake.
Ah,
Yeah.
ah, 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 ah. Oh. Where are
You
we?
get jail. I think. Not bad things. Alien creatures ate us, and then we woke up here. Or I woke up here, and you were asleep.
Neither of you recognize the things that took you.
Yeah.
But it
No
did
idea what.
say to ZuRon it was Hirolka, but that doesn't really say anything
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said, the translator, it called them, they called themselves Hirolka. I don't, have you studied that species? Do you know
Nope.
what it is?
Nah.
Without even rolling a brains check, neither of you have ever heard. Actually, you may make a brains check. The number you need is a 21.
Let's have a look. What I will need to see what my brains are, because I think it's good, but I don't.
My
know how
brain's at
good.
10, so let me see.
Double
No, I rolled a 1.
No.
My brain, it says a D20. All right, let's see how we go.
Now I can tell you about every type of shit, but I have no idea what these are.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this is 10. It's
Yeah.
10.
Never heard of it. Doesn't ring any
Yeah.
bells.
Ugh.
So they spoke to you?
I said a thing or two to them. They think we're in a territorial species, some kind. I think. I don't. Something was said about unity. It's a bit foggy.
Unity.
No, not unity. It's individuals. I don't think they don't like individuals and they're territorial. That's generally that's not a good sign. And as ZuRon's waking up, he's sort of looking more at the walls of the cell and like casting a cautious eye every now and again to the force field that zapped him.
Yeah.
And he's like,
The exact words that were said, ZuRon, just in case it's Mercy who can't remember, your individuality is weakness.
I mean, this isn't exactly the most Fearsome and ferocious.
Nope.
Nope. Let's hope they're not right about that. Okay. ZuRon's gonna walk towards one of the walls. So whatever Terrace is gonna say or not say, ZuRon sort of ambles towards one of the walls and is gonna put his hand out, give it a bit of a touch. He instinctively reaches for where his scanner would be, and then it's not there. He has a little bit of a wince.
Yeah.
About it not being there, and then with some trepidation, because he's using the tools he has at his disposal, he sticks his tongue out.
I would say, would he have any tools in his pajamas?
Ooh, I might need to get back to you with that one.
Like a basic, like a single spanner or something, like that he sleeps with like a teddy bear. It's like never am I apart with this.
Oh goodness! I wish I had it near me, but I can't show it to you. But I think he'd have something like that is the
a multi-tool.
The Swiss Army knife equivalent, the multi-tool. So he probably has one of those attached to like
a
one
belt,
of those weird little chain things. Sort of. That's like a pin that's on the front of it. And then, like a pocket watch. Yes. Yeah. I was trying to think of it. Except instead of a pocket watch, it's like a little multi-tool.
Yep. So, love it.
I like that.
Yeah. I would allow that. That's totally fine. If you're wanting something.
Okay.
What does Tara say? What does Skylar say?
Skylar is going to also taking following ZuRon's lead, that's what I was looking for.
Okay.
Sees him sort of investigating the walls. He's going to... how tall is this room?
Quite tall. 15 feet.
15 feet? Is it large? Is it a large enough room that he could fly?
Yeah.
So he's going to sort of fly around the room and, with his little birdie, beady eyes, start looking for anything that looks like it might be a hatch or whatever. Yeah. Like for an access panel for electronics or controls, anything like that. And he's going to, he's going to start looking for that. Something
Very well.
Like that.
Those of you who have a character sheet open in front of you, remind me what the other stat is. There's charm, brawn, grit.
Charm, brains, grit, brawn, and fight. Flight, charm.
That's it. That was it. Brains. Yeah. Cool. I had remembered them all. In which case, Skylar, you can make me a brains check, and ZuRon, you can also make me a brains check.
That is my D10, I think. No, that's my D12.
Brains is D20. I had a question.
Yes.
Because it's an alien multi-tool.
Yeah.
Can he have something? I don't know why I'm so invested in what it would look like. But I've just got a random thermometer near me. No. Can he have like a mini scanner attachment? Oh, yes! Almost like a sonic screwdriver, except like slimmer. It'll literally look like a pen with a little light on the end, and it's like bare bones scanner. Like literally, all it tells him is whether what he's scanning is organic or not.
Yep, you can have that.
Yay!
Roll of brains.
I rolled a 9.
A 9? Not bad. What is it you were looking for, Skylar?
An access panel or like a control panel, like, a plate. So he's looking for any kind of groove that is like...
You definitely see something that could be used as a control panel. It is, however, on the other side of the force field.
There's nothing on this side?
No, it's a prison cell. It's designed specifically to prevent that sort of bullshit.
Okay.
ZuRon, how'd you do?
ZuRon is also a 9, but ZuRon being ZuRon, he's not actually looking for an escape. He's trying to determine what the cell wall's made out of.
It is made of a strange alloy you have never encountered before. It is metal. But it is a combination of iron and germanium. Germanium, sorry, not geranium. Yeah, that's why it's green.
That smells pretty.
Yes.
Okay.
And it is something that, given your knowledge of chemical science, probably shouldn't work as an alloy.
Okay. So ZuRon's now doing little mutterings in the corner about like, oh, fascinating. Pulls out the little...
But what you do determine is that it would be conductive.
Oh. Okay.
That's what you get with a 9.
Inductive. So, kaboom, potentially.
If you can generate an electric charge.
Ooh.
Shall
Oh,
I leave you to...
science brain just went.
Yeah, but you're not there. Skylar, I will unless Terrace has something they would like to do, I will leave and go back to the girls.
I was just going to say, ZuRon, I do have my utility belt. I might have batteries or something in that.
Ah.
I imagine, yeah. I mean, that's also a good idea, and I'm not going to give you any hints. At the end, I will be curious to see what Kate thought and see if it was the same thing I thought.
I had like 4 different ideas just go.
Bloop. Yeah. Alrighty. Noted. Have a think on that, you two, and you can message each other in the Discord if you like. And yeah, Mandi and Spot. What are you doing? You have just been sealed back into Spot's room, and told not necessarily to stay there, but heard the Rolka say to each other, "Fuck them, let's leave them there."
Wait, are both of the Rolkas outside the room?
There are 2 outside the room. You,
Okay.
Spot, know that there were at least 6.
Yes.
Because Sunshine told you so.
So. Okay. Well. They obviously don't know how this ship works.
No. Worthy to note, guys, that ZuRon and Skylar are definitely on board their vessel now. Sorry to report. Anyway, do you want me to turn the gravity back on?
You watch Mandy's eyes sort of come together and then look at you in a sort of like, I don't need them to. I can move around, but like, do you need them to?
Well, I was going to say that we could use the tube system to get to the. Oh, Skylar's gonna hate me for this one, but to get to the bridge.
Skylar's gonna kick your butt. Okay, I mean I've watched Skylar do the the steering thing before because I sit in my.
Oh.
I would say that
that's
you guys do know vaguely. You can at least,
Yeah.
with Sunshine's assistance, the 2 of you could pilot the ship.
Yeah.
Well, so my idea is, well, if you could pilot it in a way that will have Skylar yelling at us both, and I will turn the gravity on and off at random intervals.
You're gonna ping pong them up and down off the floor.
Yes.
So go lots of gravity, no gravity. Lots of
Yes.
gravity.
Well, you do loopy loops with Sunshine.
I mean, I don't have just if memory serves me correctly, Skylar has it set up that like they use their feet and stuff to pilot this thing.
You could have feet and stuff. Yeah, you could have feet and stuff.
Sure. All right.
You
Very
could make
briefly.
yourself Skylar shaped.
Yeah, you could make yourself rudimentarily bipedal. Sunshine would mention with this, "Hey Spot, little buddy, that's not a bad idea. I only query that you guys will have to be strapped in nice and tight while that happens, otherwise you gonna get smooshed around too."
That's what my little tube is for, so that I can go up and down and up and down.
That's true. You also have to turn off the inertial compensator. Otherwise, me flying around don't do jack.
That's true.
But you can. That is, however, another vital system that would normally, if I disabled it, you'd all die immediately. So I can't do that. You'd have to do it.
A less.
It's also I think it might be that their ship is stuck to ours.
I was gonna say.
Oh.
Is that? Did I? No, I didn't hear the thing about the back. Never mind. Kate brain took over from.
But Sunshine just said it. I think it might be stuck to ours. Well, me. I think they got a boarding tube attached to my back. Otherwise, splat against the bulkhead.
Okay.
Exactly.
Oh,
Yeah, Tony.
I just had a really, really bad idea. Skylar's definitely gonna yell at me for this one.
Oh no.
So, how many of those floaty things are on the ship right now?
Only the two outside your door, which look like they're making some sort of net out of.
Okay.
Yeah, ZuRon's gonna be real mad. They've torn out some wiring and making a sort of net.
Oh, that's bad. Okay, first order of business, get out of this room now.
Okay. You just
so...
watch Maddie just float back over towards the tube that she came in on.
Getting your
what's
Pringles
the room
jar?
furthest?
I'm about to. Like, I'm just gonna hang on to the back of the Pringles jar.
Aliens. When Bishop gets into the tube to wiggle his way out.
Yes.
Sorry, carry on.
So, let's get to the place where that hole is that they made in you, which is very rude. Well, the forced connection, which I think is very
Who
rude.
made the hole? Because you guys made a few holes in me your own selves. But alright. You want to get back up to the tunnel? I can have you sent up there. That's not a vital system. I can control that. Ready?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, she just like glomps onto the back, like.
You close up your it's a little bit like you get yourself into the pilot seat, you pull back and you pull the canopy down on your little Pringles tube in turn, you brace yourself up against your little seat, and then it's a little slower than normal. You're used to it like this time it's just a There's a lot more mass in the tube than there normally would be.
More friction than normal.
How do you? Are you? Think just mass, not so much friction. There's inertia is the problem.
No, but like if I'm good,
are you sticky?
I mean,
Not for long.
just burn off.
Because if you're sticky, you'll be leaving residue. I'm like, yeah, it's just Mandi you had on your tongues. All right.
Unpleasant. That is unpleasant.
All right. So you're squirting up the tube. You come out. Good verb, isn't it? That one, I like that. You squirt on up the tube and are ejected / extruded around about near the dorsal access port. The green, the grass on the floor of the tunnel is undisturbed, and yeah, there is an access port in the ceiling. It's quite wide, and it appears to have been forced. Like the metal edges are burnt, and it has fallen inside. But the creature itself has not been injured. The ship itself has not been hurt, but they basically forced a mechanical part of it open.
Okay. Oh.
And there is a wide docking tube leading up to it. I will cut back to the boys. Have a think. ZuRon, Skylar, what you doing?
So I've been thinking. How likely is it that we could short out the panel on the other side using the idea that ZuRon knows that this thing is, or even the force field, yes, knows that this metal is conductive?
Conversation to have with ZuRon.
Yes, ZuRon, would you have told me that the walls are conductive?
he would have had his little mutterings and said, he probably would have thrown it out in a stream of consciousness. He's not really paying attention to it
Yeah.
because he's so hyper-focused on.
Yep.
So I think he's been
Figuring out.
listening to you, and when you say conductive, his
like-
little crest pokes
Yeah.
up.
Just like
in
when
interest-
his little rambling of, it shouldn't work as well as it does. I mean, such a conductive and reactive material, you wouldn't think it would be
Conductive?
able to be stable. Yes, it's quite reactive with a spark of electricity. And that, I wonder,
May
wonder,
I use one of my adversity points for my utility belt to say that he has some batteries for various things within the ship to
Yeah.
replace, that he has to
Definitely.
replace, and just dump them in front of ZuRon?
You know what he'd have.
seriously.
You know what he'd have.
What would he have?
He'd have some Mandi poo.
Fuel.
Is that electronic? Is that electric? Well, that's
It's
short
fuel.
things.
It's fuel.
fuel.
No, actually, if that's what you're looking for, then yeah, you have batteries. They don't. What Mandi produces is not quite the. It's just the raw matter. So there might be some in it, but the battery
Yeah.
itself is. Yeah.
So I think he's made something like probably some kind of zappy thing, almost like wondering if he can make some kind of zappy thing out of batteries and various other bric-a-brac he's got in his utility belt, basically,
Cool.
like a prod.
If the two of you are working on it together, you can make a the one with the higher brains check can make the check, and the other can give them not quite advantage. I think I will add a D4 basically. One of you can roll a D4, and the other can make a brains check.
Okay, let me just remove that adversity point
Yes.
for using my utility belt. And I will roll the D4 because my brains are 10, and I think yours are higher.
Yeah.
My brain's a D20, so
Yeah.
come on.
Oh, that's a 3!
Ooh.
All right, boys, let's do this. It's a 13, so combined 16.
16 is not bad. Describe to me how you do this.
Okay, so ZuRon's nattering away, staring at the wall, and Skylar presumably, like, almost silently, gracefully lands beside him and then just dumps the batteries in front of him enough to stop his, like, stream of mutterings, and then he stops and he's like, looks at Skylar, and looks back at the wall, and looks at the batteries, looks back at Skylar, looks back at the wall, and then...
Yeah, I think what he's dumped, because it's a utility belt, is like his batteries. Every battery that he has on his belt, possibly a screwdriver, some wire, and various other bric-a-brac, nuts and bolts, and just doohickey gadgets.
And ZuRon real time works out like what Skylar has thought. And his face does all the twitches and then goes, ah.
Yeah,
and
literally,
figuring stuff out takes him a while, but as soon as he realizes what he has to do, the mechanism that he has to create just creates itself in his mind instantaneously. And yes, it's sort of the way I see it is Sherlock Holmesian, like, just does the blueprint in his head, the tick 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 tick, and yeah,
Galaxy mind
brain.
palace.
woo, galaxy brain.
Yeah.
Pling, 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 and he's like, right, that's what I have to do, and immediately just sets to it.
Yeah, wordlessly he sits in front of a pile of stuff, and like sort of looks at his multi-tool and then like just gets to work with everything that's in front of him, like almost silently in like a flow state. So it's like
I will help by holding things when needed, but
pretty much, yeah.
this is his show.
His only acknowledgement of Skylar is like essentially like to hold something up for a second for Skylar to hold and then reach out for it to take back.
What this will do is allow you to redirect some of the energy in the force field into the wall.
Mm-hmm.
I have a picture in my head about how this would work. I would rather if you guys describe it. But if you can't, I can.
Okay.
Okay, so
Maybe some kind of bridging device?
Yeah, I was gonna say he constructs like a small, pretty like raggedy looking, if we're honest, because we're working with
On a
basically
budget,
what's been in Skylar's pockets and imagination. But ZuRon's ZuRon's managed to rig together the wiring that if he gets into a corner point between the force field and the wall, he would be able to essentially attach an end of wire to the wall. Not really attach, it's more like touch one end of wire to the wall, and then at the point that he like directs and rigs the wire that's exiting from the other end of the mechanism to the force field, it'll basically be go time, like right off.
It's grounding it. It's good.
Yeah.
As ZuRon does this, with his beak, Skylar's going to pluck a feather rather than using ZuRon because he respects him a little bit more now. He's going to touch the feather to the thing to see if it crackles.
Okay. So you make this line of cable and batteries, just conductive material that you can utilize you anchor it to the door, to the wall and floor, and then you touch it to the very gingerly, I imagine, with something that has a rubber handle. Touch it to the
screwdriver,
the force field itself, which bends and curves around it, molding itself to this new shape. The horses all galloping around a little bit to get away from this intrusion into their field. And you have created a sort of semicircle door in, like, hanging off the wall. Skylar, where do you... And it makes a noise like this. As it begins to short, you reckon you've got 15 seconds? Skylar, you touch it with your feather. Where do you touch it?
The center of the sort of hole-ish, door-ish
It does
area.
not... The feather is fine.
Okay, he's going to zoom through as quickly as he can and pull ZuRon with him. Just
Yeet.
Ground control to Major. Very good. Skylar, please make me a flight check.
That's my D20.
I know.
Yeah.
I just want to see whether or not you get zapped on the way.
That is a 12.
Okay, you're fine.
Sounded
ZuRon,
noise.
you do this like bzz, and Skylar goes yeet, and you're like, what?
Literally, as soon as he touches it, it's just
Yeah.
like,
Boom.
he doesn't even know what happened. He's just standing
ZuRon,
outside the
what do you do? I presume you follow.
Skylar, I thought Skylar had like essentially like grabbed ZuRon by the collar and like yanked him behind him.
Oh, he grabbed him by the butt flap.
Love it.
Grabbed him by the...
Never have I been happier to hear the phrase "grabbed him by the butt."
So he does a little like.
It's been a long time
concave
since I
through
got
the
grabbed
air,
by the butt flap.
So
This is my clubbing days.
Oh, God. Oh, yeah. So he.
I apologize
exits
to
the
everybody
room.
for the audience for that mental image. You exit
you're
the
fine.
room.
Us first, yeah. Like,
And as you go, you lose grip on this wire construction that you were holding up, creating a bridging door, and it collapses to the ground behind the force field and behind you. You basically just pull the door closed as you go through. You are holding your rubber-handled wire pliers. That's the word I was looking for, and nothing else. Everything else is left inside.
Balls.
It might not have happened if you'd extracted him more gently, but
things happen.
you are now on
He's
the
got little
other
legs.
side of it.
Okay.
Can I try and open that panel?
Yeah, you can open the panel now. It's not really a panel. It's if you tread on, you walk on over to it or fly, either way, press it with one of your claws, and a light up holographic display sort of appears in front of you. It's pretty big, and oddly lumpy. Like, normally, you imagine in holographic displays, like in Star Trek or whatever, they flat with buttons. This one has ridges. Like, everything is very much like you're pressing things. There are lumps and bumps and things. Everything has a three-dimensional representation on it.
But she's still a ship.
This is not, however, the control room.
No.
And there is no discernible writing on it. But it makes a low humming noise that ZuRon can hear. Skylar, however, is unaware of it. I arbitrarily selected two of you by rolling a dice to determine which two of you can hear the sub-vocal things. And it turns out it's ZuRon and Mandi.
ZuRon has the old prehistoric jaw jaw hearing. All right. Oh goodness, is it worth? Wait, how tall is it? Can ZuRon even like see it? He's standing at 3.5 feet tall.
Skylar, like in Lion King, can raise you to look at it if you need to.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure.
Or you can sit on his shoulders.
Yeah, because I think he would want to, like, again, getting back into his little muttery state. If he's been raised up by Skylar, let's just go through that whole conversation. And ZuRon's now sitting on Skylar's shoulders.
Yeah.
And he's like, I wonder, and sort of ushers Skylar to lean forward. And
you would still also have your scanner. That's the other thing you would still have.
His micro scanner, but it only tells him if it's organic or not. So he whips that out and gives it a bit
It actually doesn't register at all. It would be able to detect a third thing, energy, and that is what it is. It's not matter, it is energy.
No. And ZuRon reaches forward. I wish he would be more careful. He reaches forward to one of the lumps, and he's like, I wonder, this is it. And like, because he thinks it might be a 3-dimensional map, but he's also not really communicating this to Skylar. He puts his hand over one of the lumps and tries to like grasp and lift it.
Ooh, okay. Make me roll a. This is a luck roll, really. Pick a number between 1 and 6. Reading aloud, please roll !6 in chat. Pick a number between 1 and 6, ZuRon.
Oh god. Okay, 4.
4. Well, Tony rolled a 5, but I did ask reading aloud. So if reading aloud gets a 4, if reading aloud is still paying attention, if not, we'll wait like another 20 seconds, and if not, we'll use Tony Karlstrom's 5. You, I think we'll go with the 5. I like this. The force field glows brighter, and sparks start shooting off it. Roll all the dice.
Okay. I'm sitting on your shoulders, Skylar. Do you have a reaction?
Yeah,
He's
starts
a little
arcing
concerned.
off. It also changes color. It was a very, very pale blue. Now it is like a vivid purple.
Buddy, what are you doing?
Twiddling knobs and pressing buttons without knowing what they're doing.
He's pressing buttons to try and figure out what's going on.
It is worthy to note there is an open doorway to your left, about 40 feet away.
What say we leave the panel alone and try and hijack the ship?
ZuRon is focused on this thing, and he's like, but I would, just let me. So,
ZuRon,
What?
ZuRon.
What?
If you keep touching the panel, someone's going to figure it out that we're here and that we're out, and they're going to come running or floating or whatever they do, and we're going to get in trouble and probably get thrown back in the cell. Okay? But if we try and find the cockpit, we can hijack the ship, then we'll be the ones in charge. ZuRon.
And he sort of comes out
ZuRon.
because he was starting to go into his like little narrow-minded focus, and he was like,
ZuRon. ZuRon.
I suppose you have a point.
We
Skylar.
could have two
You
ships.
have a point.
We could have two ships. This would be a ship that would not close the doors on you.
And the wheels turn, and you can see he's thinking about the idea of like being able to have all the time in the world to figure out the ship's system. And so he just on from Skylar's shoulders, he gives him like a little pop on the head and is like, lead the way.
All right. Well, you stay sitting on his shoulders as Skylar makes his way up the corridor. Glamping back to the ladies. Hello, ladies. You emerge into the corridor, extrude in one case and just out in the other. You are in the corridor. The gravity is still off, I believe. Or did you turn it back on?
I don't think we.
No, it's still off.
Okay, so you just sort of floating there. Mandi, happy as a sphere. Spot, sort of bouncing from one thing to another to maintain their balance and orientation.
Yeah.
Looking
And
up,
movement.
you see a tube leading up away from your ship that was not there the last time you came through this corridor.
Now that's terribly rude. Well, I still have that idea about turning life support stuff off, but, down. We don't want to kill Sunshine.
Do you want me to
No,
go and
I'd
have a look up
appreciate
the
it
tube?
not.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's do that.
Yeah, basically I want to extrude myself up the tube so that the eyeballs just do the peek out the top.
I'm gonna say that Mandi cannot it's not just blip 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 blip. There is a degree of difficulty to maneuvering yourself like that. Yeah.
That's bad.
So it's sort
If
of
Like
need
slowly,
be.
what I want to do
amorphously.
is kind of go,
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
Alex Mack myself up
Yeah.
the tube
Yeah.
so that my eyeballs just go.
I would love
Spot.
I would love if in zero gravity Mandi had to travel by like blowing raspberries or something just to propel.
No, it's
himself
just
in different
releasing the
directions.
gas for the gas that I've been like from absorbing things that have just release it over time as we go.
Yeah. I mean, she can just sort of envelop air and then blow it out of herself. That's actually how the Herolka move around. So, anyway, yes, you managed to... You extrude yourself up. Does Spot head up with you? Are you taking Spot with, or are you just going on your own?
That's up to Spot.
Spot is lookout at the bottom of this tube thing.
Very well.
So basically hanging upside down in the ceiling. Just making sure that they don't get interrupted.
Love it. Alrighty, so Spot is
strangers
upside
push
down,
me, pull
looking
you.
down out of the tube from their ship into
Yes.
yours, making sure, so
Yeah.
your eyes are doing this from the ceiling, looking in, and Mandi
Yeah.
is going snaking all the way up the tube. Is Mandi in contact with Spot at the bottom, like another part of her is still down the bottom? I don't think there's enough. This tube is quite
No,
long,
so
it's
it
about
depends
sort
on
of
how long
30
the
feet
tube is.
long. I don't think
Oh, yeah,
Mandi
then
can
no.
make herself that long a tube. There's just...
like, how thin can I get?
He
is the
can't.
question.
I would argue that Mandi can't really do like
No
you can't change
spaghettification?
mass. So
No,
it's
I wasn't asking about changing mass. Can I spaghettify myself? Becomes
to a
the question.
degree, but I don't think you can get much thinner than a. If you're going to spaghettify, I don't think you can do much thinner than a Pringles tube.
That's fair.
Yeah. You can go flat, but it's an effort.
yeah.
You can do carpet, but not for long.
Sentence.
And the floor of your room and the corridor outside is now completely barren of grass.
I'm just yeah, that was dinner.
Yeah.
It was a snack on the way out.
Whoops. So as Mandy's eyes reach the top of this, you see the following. Emerging into the vessel proper, Mandy, you find yourself amid the clouds of a gas giant. In the far distance, groups of Horalka float lazily among red-hued clouds. Nearer, there are a pair working at a holographic workstation, which floats seemingly in mid-air. You appear to be in the clouds of a gas giant now. Around you is a tube, a tunnel, about 20 feet wide. It narrows it next down to about a 10-foot wide tube at the far end where you came from. And your eyes are just poking through. You could see probably about 40 Horalka, but only 2 nearby.
Mm-hmm. Can I see, like...
You would guess the others are at least a couple of kilometers away.
Right. Oh.
They're quite big creatures.
Yeah.
No, not that far. Sorry, not that far. Maybe 500 meters.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, the Horalka are, or that the other, like, because...
The other Horalka are. The nearer ones are probably 100 feet.
Could I see anything that would make me go, oh, that potentially is where they took my human... not my humans, but, like, my other peeps.
Make me I think we decided looking for stuff was flight. So make me that. And in the distance you can see a lightning discharge against in some of the clouds.
16?
He's 16. For flight. Well done.
She has I have a D20 in flight, so it's...
Oh, your D20 is flight. Okay. You notice up the wall. On closer inspection, the clouds and the walls are a hollow projection. And about 150 meters, or about 100 meters up the wall from you, so you're in you would guess a large, not sphere, but something dome-like, sphere-like. It's probably not, like, it takes quite a lot of effort to determine its exact shape. The pictures on the walls are very lifelike, and as you look closely, they are three-dimensional. They have texture to them. And yeah, the two that you can see are one side of you, and about 40 meters up and to the left, let us say, and to the right and up is a hatchway, a doorway that leads somewhere else. It is quite wide. It's about 20 feet wide. Could easily accommodate 2 Horalka floating side by side. The air in here smells a little funny. It's just mildly ammonia, but it's not too bad. Smells like a men's room after a heavy night, you know, like that. Like it's not great.
I do know what that smells like. Can't.
Really? Oh, you've never worked in hospo? Okay.
No, I have always worked alongside blokes who dealt with that.
Okay, right, yeah. No, I always had to clean the ladies as well,
Lady
so I know
pets.
what that smells like. And often, sometimes not any better, girls. Come on.
No, to be fair.
So about that,
Yeah,
really,
I know
let's be
that
honest.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna slither back down the tube and report back in what I've seen to
Yep.
Spot.
Yeah, you do that. Sorry, carry on. Spot. Can you make me a checking out stuff check as well? A flight check.
So if I remember right, my flight is 10. Yes, it's a D10. There's my D10.
In this instance, you can roll an extra D8.
Ooh.
Because sunshine would be helping you.
That is 6 plus... Oh, 14 total.
14 total. Sunshine, you hear very quietly. It's actually in your earpiece that is your universal translator.
Mhm.
You hear Sunshine say, "Spot, little buddy? Those two Herolka that were outside your room, they may have figured out you ain't in your room no more. They went in with the net, and I think they're on their way." And you can hear, just very, very quietly, in the distance down the corridor, the tss of gas expulsions.
Oh. Oh, I think we're gonna, okay, so, Sunshine, you know that idea we were talking about, with, life support things? Just how, do you have any control over the doors?
I can open the doors.
No, can you...
Which
can you,
doors?
like... So, is there any way to lock those two in an area, and then I'll shut or turn down the life support in that area?
Yeah, I could do that. Sounds nasty, though.
Oh, we don't want to kill them. Just make them uncomfortable.
Okay. That could work. I'm going to swap over to ZuRon and Skylar because, ironically, just after Mandi's eyes go back down to rejoin Spot, ZuRon and Skylar, you know that door I described Mandi seeing? You get to it. You find yourselves looking out at the sky fields of a gas giant. There is a bunch of Herolka floating around, two quite nearby, the rest in the distance. The clouds are reddy orange, and yeah, it smells not very nice, actually. It smells ammonia-y. And it did not smell this way in your holding room, worthy to note.
I'm not sure Skylar has the brains to realize that holding room was not ammonia-y for our comfort. Because he is under the impression that something what was it?
Side. Sorry.
No,
Something,
not
something
something dark side.
Compute.
Something assimilation.
Assimilation complete.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Resistance is far from futile in your instance, apparently.
He's under the impression that they were death marked, basically, and just put in there for later.
Yep.
At the moment, he's not happy. I mean, he's not necessarily out to kill, like, leave none alive or anything, but he's not happy. He is looking for a way to sabotage.
Right.
And at the very least, sabotage and undock. If not sabotage and undock, preferably sabotage and keep the ship contain the Herolka in some kind of holding cell.
Interesting. I mean, yeah. Skylar, make me a brains check, just to see if you realize something.
Is that my D10? That's my D10. That is a 3.
Nope. Okay, never mind. So, yeah, you get to the edge of this. You see, you can look around, yeah, if you're wanting, you would not necessarily notice the, actually, no, the passageway in the bottom of the room is fairly obvious, and as you look around, there is a hole, basically this black hole in the floor of, well, in the lower sky field, which you realize is probably not there, like, is there, and everything else is what keys you in. ZuRon probably determines with his scanner that this is a semi-holographic projection. It's definitely got a physical element to it, though.
Okay. Yeah, ZuRon immediately would have been like looking around and being like, what is this? But more excited, like, what is this? More than like, what the hell is this?
How
so,
loud
yeah.
is he being? There are a
Um,
pair of Herolka 50 meters away.
He's not being like loud. He's like
Okay.
ZuRon mode. So he's gone like, oh,
Like a lot of muttering, quiet,
Yeah,
like
like,
excited
oh,
muttering.
oh,
Okay.
oh.
Yeah. He is making a little bit of noise, Skylar, but not too
Yeah.
much, and he is sitting on your shoulder. What do you guys do?
I think Skylar's just going to. ZuRon.
Sorry.
Sort of points at the Herolka. Just, we don't know if they hear us.
ZuRon, when he says that, can you make me a flight check, please?
Oh, what is my flight? No, it's a D8. All right, let's see how you do, my boy.
The number you are looking for is a 7.
Fingers crossed. I got an 8.
Hey! Explodes, but you got what you needed. See if you
Hey.
explode. See how high it gets. I'm curious. You might get more information.
Explodes. So do I do it again?
Yeah, you roll
or-
it again.
Yeah.
And add the number.
So 8 plus 2, I got a 10.
10. All right. No really more information than I would have given you otherwise, but definitely a success. You hear that vibrations in your jaw again. It oddly timed to Skylar says, I don't know if they can hear us. You hear the vibrations rumble through you.
But my little translator Doomagig doesn't pick up.
Does not appear
Anything?
to be like an actual positive communication.
And
But it is the noise they make. It is a noise that you could associate with them.
Okay. So, when he's like, oh, we don't know if they hear, ZuRon, having felt that, has like a little shudder on Skylar's shoulders that he probably would have noticed and said, and whispers, but he's ZuRon, so he's not very good at whispering. It's like a stage whisper. And he's like, I think that they might. I think we might have more of their attention than we realize.
Then we need to be very quiet.
You two are probably looking directly at these creatures. One of
They're
them
probably looking directly at us.
spins to one of them. It doesn't actually spin, sorry, but they both begin to drift towards you.
Oh, we've definitely been spotted then.
Yeah. And ZuRon, you hear that noise again.
They're saying something, but I don't know if it's are they too far away, or do they not?
They're about 50 meters away from you. They do not appear to be talking to you. There is this, the word is susurrating, and it's a good word. There is this low susurrating. I watched Dune, the new Dune, recently. It's the noise the Sadukar make. It's the god, that very, very deep, very guttural noise. It's that sort of thing. That's how I sort of imagine it. And yeah, they are drawing closer. They are moving not overly rapidly, but they are moving towards you. And one of you is a bird. Just saying. I don't know.
Yes. The first thing Skylar is going to do is his crest is going to go up and his wings are going to go out in a threat display. He's going to shake his wings at them to sort of try and give them a split second more time before he takes off into the air.
Make a charm check.
He has no charm. What are you talking about? His
Making
charm
a threat
is
display,
6.
buddy. I will oppose it with their grit.
Oh, that's a 6.
Explodes.
That's a 6. No, yeah, that's a 6.
Oh,
Okay.
shit.
And that's a 2.
14 beats their 8.
Hey!
They
Ooh,
halt in their
nice.
tracks. Their tentacles flail like they were sort of drifting gently towards you. Now they're like they go properly face-huggery on you, but they are not approaching. They are intimidated by you, bizarrely. You are a third their size. They will, however, you've bought yourself a little time. What do you do?
He is going to screech, and I'm not going to do that because I
Cool,
know that
thank
it
you,
is
I
a grating
appreciate
sound.
it. Yep.
And he's just screech, hold on, and he's going to try and launch himself with his little
Flying
neck
ZuRon.
wings up into the air.
Okay, this will be a brawn check. Just to get above, just to manage to fly, carrying an extra 20 kilos. You're a bird. They're not designed like under
Yeah,
your dorsal guidance feathers, on a stranded creeper.
And I've only got like my wings rocket powered, but yeah.
Oh, all right. I will allow to add a D4.
Okay,
because of the
so
rocket
that was
boots.
that was a D4 for brawn. I rolled a 3,
Nice.
and then adding a D4 is a 4. So
How much
7.
do we need?
7. I'm gonna roll a D20.
Oof.
You succeed.
Hey!
Ooh. Nice.
With the rocket-powered boots, you know you've got no more than 15 seconds of flight time carrying ZuRon. You are having to use all of your... basically burn an hour's worth of flight to carry this extra load this long. What do you do?
I
Plummet
am
towards
looking...
the hole?
Yes, I will do
Yeah.
this. Yes, I am looking for the nearest exit.
You have seen the only exit, other than
Yes.
off into the cloudy skies, which you could guess probably don't go on as nearly as long as they think it looks like they do.
Yeah, no, he's not going to do the bird in the window. He's going
Yeah.
to do the dive from down the hole.
The Mandi on the wall.
Yes.
You and ZuRon fly down, swoop down underneath these things. They appear to have a slightly harder time. They're not particularly fast at moderating their buoyancy, and they do slowly begin to descend towards you, but it's slow. And you manage to swoop down towards the hole with ZuRon. ZuRon, is it like a backpack?
I think he, in the launch, he sort of like locked his like arms around the neck and is like holding on for dear life.
I just see you holding onto his crest.
One hand,
No.
I'm literally just hanging on by the crest feathers and like flying.
Oh, ow, ow.
Oh,
What I'm seeing is
that'd be
like,
awful.
what I'm seeing is like the frog version of a dog in a car window.
Oh no! Our little salamander man is not having the best time.
It should have been a girl. We should have called her Salamander.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Sally Amanda. Is
Sally
like,
Amanda, yeah,
Sally
yeah.
Amanda.
Saving that for the next lizard folk I
like-
play.
I was like, cue my Humblewood lizard folk
Yeah.
moment. For the future.
I love
All
it.
right.
Yeah, once he's going down there, he's going to not stop the burn on the wings, but push the wings back so they're, sleek, straight edged, and dive
sure.
from straight down this hole.
So here's the fun thing. As you go down the tunnel,
Oh
you
no!
know how flying birds are super good at flying when there's gravity?
Yep.
The science of flight.
Oh
Yeah.
no! Oh no!
I didn't say anything, Josh. I was being really good, not saying how the science was going to be a problem.
Yeah.
That's fine.
You notice as you're shooting down this tunnel, and in fairness, the gravity goes almost as soon as you enter the tunnel. So you have a little moment to go, oh shit. You're going quite fast.
The oh fuck moment.
You know how, like, no more than a minute ago you said, I don't want to be the Mandi against the wall. How about floor? How do you feel about floors?
Floors are good.
Speaking of which, Mandi and Spot, you are at the other end of said tunnel. You've just had a discussion about how there's people coming and maybe you should, I don't know, do whatever you do. What do? You have about 15 seconds before you hear rockets.
If I heard anything, I would wall splat. Like, think same as floor splat. I would Alex Mack it against the wall.
Yeah, you would become a gelatinous coating on the wall.
Yeah, because then it means that if I need to, I could ungelatinous and consume.
I was going to say, could you turn yourself into a net?
I could if
Stop
I knew what was
being
coming, but I don't know what's coming.
Oh, okay, valid. You was like, stop being Mandi, start being a net instead.
Yeah, Spot is talking to Sunshine. I think that, she basically is like, okay, close, like lock the doors to keep those things in that area, and then just lower. Well, I have to do that, but I want to lower life support just enough to make them uncomfortable, but not kill them. I have no idea what these things are, so I probably have to wing it a little bit. And I'm guessing that's just
nice, perfect,
yeah.
perfect, yeah. Well done, good storytelling. That's an austerity token for you. Mandi, you
Yay!
gelatinous wall texture yourself as ZuRon and Skylar shoot down this tunnel. Skylar and ZuRon.
Yes.
There is some semi-inevitable conclusion to this. How do you want to try and avoid it? I would say, Skylar, you can attempt to. You're the one in control. You still have rocket boots. Like, you're not out of control. Your wings just aren't doing as much as you'd like them to be doing right now.
So the rocket thrusters are on his wings.
Yep.
So what I would like to do is if we get clear of the tunnel, because he's pushed them back, jet style, stealth bomber style, back. Once his wingspan is free and clear, he wants to sweep them forward, and then he's probably going to lose belly feathers, but scrape himself along the floor, like a shallow dive.
I love it.
Possibly using his metallic talons to slow his momentum.
Okay. Flight check, I think, definitely.
That is a D20, so...
Check. ZuRon, do you have anything to add to this?
I forgot.
The only thing I have to add is, isn't our floor like organic? Like it's like moss and
yes,
lawn and such? Oh,
it would be vaguely spongy.
Vaguely spongy.
It is also 0G in here. So you probably ricochet.
A little bit. So I rolled a 19.
Nice. Yeah, you managed to pull out of the dive by accelerating, and then scrape your tummy along the floor of the tunnel.
The grass spots.
Yeah. You shoot past Spot, almost through Mandi, you... Fortunately, not actually. And then manage to belly flop along the bottom of the floor. However, you then sort of ricochet up off the ground, and you're like, oh, right, there's no gravity in here either. That's not good. There is very little to slow you down. You are, however, now heading in the direction of the bridge.
Excellent.
I just
Ah!
like these cartoons. Like, and then
It's a
landing
Wile E.
head
Coyote
down.
movie if I've ever seen one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
So the bridge is where I live, basically.
Pretty much.
Could I possibly eagle my talons, my little birdie feet, onto my control perch as I'm going by, sort of hook myself on and
That inertia, though.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
my concern.
That's gonna hurt.
That's gonna cost you.
I'll take an injury.
Oh, you
ZuRon-
will. I think
ZuRon
you will.
goes flying and goes like donk across the front, and then just goes flying back in the opposite direction. I think. with that.
I think I've lost some feathers in my crest when that happens.
Yeah.
You
You've also
know,
increased in momentum as ZuRon has dived off you, pushing off against you in 0 gravity. I imagine you turned off your rocket boots as well. If you
Yes.
bring up your wings to try and slow yourself down, like you know how rockets work, give me one more flight check. The DC is 17.
I could just see
That is a
Skylar
3.
Hey!
Yeah, no good. Okay. So, let's just
Oh,
have
just
this
see,
sound effect.
I'm pretending I hear it.
I could just see Skylar doing, you know, like Iago in Aladdin does against that pole. Like, tick, 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 tick.
Yeah. Thank you, Tony. Yeah. So, as you go past, can you make me a brawn check, Skylar, to try and grab on?
No. Yes. I mean, I can, but it's not going to be great. Let
Give
me
it a go. You never know.
see. My brawn is a D4,
Uh-huh.
and that is a 1.
Yeah, no. Okay, cool.
Yeah, no.
You skip right on past and go smashing into the... Is there a viewport? There is, isn't there?
Yes.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, you are going to take an injury. The way injuries work in this game is you lose an improvement. So something that you have paid for with improvement points is lost, at least temporarily, until you buy it again with new improvement points. Or you
Okay.
can decide you
Talk
don't
to
want it. Yeah.
Okay. At this
Splat.
point, I just
forgot-
need to check something real quick.
I'm just gonna chime in to say, I forgot that I have improvement points, and it turns out I have escape artist, which would have been really useful.
Well, you
Yeah.
did
in
super
the
great
show
at it.
itself. I mean,
Yeah.
I have-
we managed without it. It's just
Just funny.
the
I
thing.
have lucky as a skill, as
You
an
wanna
improvement.
Burn
Can
lucky.
He was
use
so nice.
a point to reroll? And
Yeah.
if I don't improve, I'll get rid of lucky as
Yeah.
my thing.
Alan.
I will gamble that. That is a 4. So that
On your brawn
on my
check.
brawn. On my
Yeah.
brawn to hold on.
I was going
So
to
that
say
is
if
a
you
4.
wanted to re-roll your flight, but yes,
Oh,
brawn, fine.
Okay. No, I'll reroll that. And that is a 1, so that is a 5. So I don't think it'll do me.
Right. Actually, amusingly, I rolled a d20 to determine the DC of this, and I actually rolled a 5.
Okay.
So, at the very... I'm going to say, do you have any, like, +1, sort of, like, a +1 bonus to something?
A +1 bonus to something. I've got a +2 bonus to flight checks inside a ship.
Right. I'm going to say you reduce that to a +1 as you wrench your claws. Your
Okay.
feet, you manage to grab on, and it's, oh god! And the combination of damage you did to the controls doing so, and damage you did to your tendons, is a reduction of -1 to that. From this minor
Okay.
injury you've managed to incur. You've managed that roll was enough. Crazily. Burn that or adversity token as well.
Yep.
For you.
I've done that.
Cool. ZuRon and Skylar are back aboard, girls. What do you do?
ZuRon is currently going dunk, dunk.
Yeah, bouncing down the corridor behind
Yeah.
Skylar.
He's not having a great time.
Ah.
You've also got a
That's my
handful of
boy.
purple feathers.
No, my boy. Father, help!
Oh no! And I'm just reading through all of the things that I purchased and forgot I had that I'm like, oh,
Ah.
that would have been useful at that point.
What, Mandy?
Oh.
Yeah, after you.
first.
After you, Spot. After you.
Okay, so I just realized Spot has Space Athlete, so I could have done a lot of more
I have
bullshit.
actually been giving you like the benefit of the doubt on that one.
Yeah.
I did remember that from last time.
But so Spot's eyes are like this big because she's very flustered at suddenly zoop. And you just hear a very tiny voice echoing across the hallway, just going, Skylar! And then, oh shit, well, okay, how much damage do we have here? Sunshine, could you, well, make this tube thing go away.
I can seal this area back off.
Wait! Aunt peels herself from inside the tube where she's
Mandi
currently
drips back in. I need
Yes,
someone to physically move the door back into place, but I can reseal it. Do you want to wait until the Hrolkr are off? They're coming down the tube.
No.
They are moving very slowly, but Spot, you can see them down the end of the corridor about 20 meters away.
Okay, well, I need to check something really quick, but, let's start with, shutting this so they don't get on the ship.
You don't want them getting off.
We want to lose the two that are on the ship right now. Like, do we want them to get off first? Is the question. I think the question.
They were
Oh,
trying to
can we-
abduct
can-
you. Are you going to try and abduct them, is my question.
I mean, they did ask us to bring back some life that they hadn't seen before.
Oh,
We
God.
could do that.
I mean,
actually,
that would probably get you real bonus points on extra credit.
yeah, let's do that. Lock
ZuRon
those
bouncing
doors.
away. It's not a bad idea.
How about I try and distract them and get them down into the You know how we had hidey hole cupboard things? I can't remember what they're called on a ship. My brain has just lost the word.
Cargo
Yes.
compartment.
Cargo
compartments.
base. Yeah.
I'm like, we
Yeah.
got cargo things to hide in.
All right.
Okay, we can.
ZuRon, you managed to come to a halt, by the way.
Oh, good. Finally, he's grabbed onto something.
Oh,
Yeah.
Mandy, if I could really quick get your help, with the door things, so we can shut those.
Can I with my
You can. It's a brawn check to sort of slam the doors closed. How is Mandi at brawn? Not great, as I recall.
I don't think any of us are.
The DC is 6.
So I have a D6, so either I do it or I don't.
Well,
You
what
can
we
buff
can do
it
is
with
that
austerity points.
I hold in one and you pull me. I hold one end and you pull me towards you. That way
I
we
would
can
say
shut
that
it.
that would actually be worse.
Worse, yeah.
Okay.
But I don't have hands. I have a
Oh.
thing.
Yeah.
Like,
Also,
yeah,
they're hanging
Spot would
open.
Start get eaten.
It is
Yeah.
0G, come to
Yeah.
think of it, which is why I've made it only 6. They look
Yeah.
pretty heavy,
Okay.
but they're technically weightless right now.
yeah.
A lot of what you've done has been really good ideas. Or has worked out super well.
My goal is to like them shut so
Yeah.
that can,
The Hrolkr can't leave. Love it.
yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna roll my little D6. We're gonna see how this goes. I also do have the lucky thing, so worst case.
Cool.
Also, am I
Excellent.
in 0G still?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
I have.
Oh,
hang on. I
Yeah.
am spending an austerity token because I also have Space Athlete, which means that
Yes.
I can automatically succeed a physical maneuver in zero gravity, which means I can automatically succeed to shut
And you
them.
slam the door closed. Burn that austerity token. The doors are slammed closed, and Sunshine goes, "Nice work, Mandi. Doors are closed." Also, anyway, Skylar, Honey Bun, do you want to press the go faster button? Possibly even the improbability drive? Because I forgot to mention, it's fully charged now.
Absolutely, sweetheart. And if we can get some kind of breeze pushing those bastards down into the cargo bay, I'd love you forever.
I'm gonna go splat, but okay.
Mandi.
Oh,
I could probably just loosen up on the inertial dampness just a little bit. Hey, ZuRon, you're near a panel. Do you want to make me a brain check?
Oh God! All right.
Because if
You
you're
see
wanting to
spotlight
push them away,
towards
if Mandi
the
were to
tubes.
say make yourself into a plug shape.
Yeah.
well,
What I was actually... My plan was to turn myself into a big, like, hand and just go...
Yeah. No.
But,
Alright.
no,
ZuRon.
Spot is doggy paddling towards the tube and just like, I need
You've
to
got
get in this-
athlete. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah,
They're just- ZuRon, make me a brains check.
Okay, ZuRon's maneuvered over to the panel. Does he have the ability to like strap himself in at this panel, or?
No, not really. It's on a
Okay.
wall in a corridor.
Okay, he's hoping.
You
for
could
the
hold
best, then.
on.
He's holding on for dear life as per
He's
usual.
opened an access port, so he's holding on to the outside of the access port as he pulls a couple of levers, basically. Brains check.
Again, Bishop and
Oh
Alien.
no! Everyone's been doing so well. Oh wait, no. Do I have something extra for brains check? Because right now I got a 4,
Uh-huh.
and I'm
Not
gonna
particularly hard. I would say it's a 7.
Ooh,
have you
yeah.
got 3 austerity tokens you can burn to, like, get yourself to a 7?
See.
'Cause you haven't used many of them, if any. And we've
Can
all
we
Whoa.
used them.
transfer
What am I talking
austerity
about?
tokens?
Roll a d8.
Sorry.
Oh,
what
right,
was
right,
it?
It's
right.
helping you!
The
The
ship
ship
is
is helping
helping
you.
you.
Roll a d8.
Oh yes.
Fortunately.
Oh.
So that's 4 and 4. So it's an 8.
Hey!
Just
Yay.
straight spy. You're like flustered, you can't fathom it, and then the hologram it literally just gets shoved aside by a different hologram that's placed in front of you, and it's the exact thing you've been looking for. And you're like, twizzle, 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 slam on the big red button, and in fact, it's not a slam on the big red button. You are looking to lower, not remove the inertial compensator. So you just turn the field down just a little bit, and Skylar, make me a flight check.
Flight. That is a
As you are
15.
Nice.
Since I am working the ship, it would be a +1 because I've removed
Yep.
a +1.
16.
16.
16 successfully. So you begin to accelerate away, and as you do, you feel a drag on the back of the ship. You look up, and the Harolka vessel is looming over your vessel. The ship is huge, comfortably a couple of orders of magnitude larger than Sunshine, and lacking the aesthetic grace. A large agglomeration of spheres festooned with spires and sensory antennae. It is not a pretty vessel. However, you seem to be dragging it through space like a balloon tethered to you. And with your 15, with your 16 rather, you loop the loop, sort of spin along your long axis, and it snaps the tether of their docking tube.
Excellent.
Spot.
Yes.
Someone needs to activate the improbability drive, and you are the only one who can get there super fast. You need to get to the
Yes.
engine bay.
Sunshine, dear. Well, she just crawled into the tube. She's not in her
Yep,
Pringle
yep.
protection thing.
No.
She's outside it. And she's like, this is gonna hurt. Sunshine, I need to get to the engine now.
Sunshine goes, hold on to your waist packers, little birdie. Floop. And you
Yeah, like.
Oh dear.
as
Everyone's
you
doing
Dog
shoot
okay.
sticking
through.
its head out of a window.
Yeah, it's more than that. Your lips peel back. Sort of the skin on your neck is flapping behind your head. And you are
I imagine she's losing quills
extruded.
everywhere.
Yes. All of the quills on the outside of you are like worn smooth by the edges of the tunnel as you
Yeah.
are ejected into the engine bay. But I will give you an austerity token for making a choice because you decided to not, like, you could have said, I get back in my little pod. You didn't.
Yeah,
So
no.
I will give you an austerity token for that. However, this will give you an injury.
Oh yeah.
Unless you can make a grit check of 8 or higher.
I have a D12 in that, so come on, dice.
You can do it. You can do it.
Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Yes!
What did we get?
11.
11. Excellent.
Yes.
A little scraped, a little singed, a little pulled and ragged. Spot
Yeah.
punks out of the tube port in the engine bay, and you find yourself in the engine room. There is a big red button. Are you going to press it? In fact, no, there is not a big red button. This one is quite a complicated thing. I'm going to need a brains check to activate something that you have never activated before. You've seen ZuRon do it, but you've never done it yourself. A brains check, please.
I just want to remind everyone that ZuRon's suit is just doing like star jumps.
Doing
in the
jumping
corner.
jacks. It is still doing jumping
At the
jacks.
moment.
Oh, goodness.
In fact, Spot, ZuRon's suit has done this before.
Get it, the suit. Get it, the suit. Get it, the suit.
Yes. So yeah, you would see this. She
You will
kind
get
of looks
a
like.
D4 bonus to your brains check if you use the
Yes.
suit. Okay.
This feels like
Absolutely.
a violation of consent.
So you see this, like at the moment she looks like, you know, when a wet poodle has shooken off and there's like fuzz everywhere.
Yeah.
She looks like that, and she just crawls up along the suit and just drops into it. Okay, suit.
It's enormous
please.
for you as well.
How does this work? Like, ZuRon is 3 times her size.
Yeah.
She's like,
I think 6
I don't.
actually.
Yeah.
All
Well,
right.
yeah, the suit is, but like
Brain
the
check.
insides. Yes. So that a 12 on the dice.
Nice. That is to
D4.
activate and utilize the suit.
Okay, so that's
You
12.
successfully managed to make the suit move. You remember that ZuRon has to exercise in it. So now
Yeah.
there is a little hedgehog Pomeranian doing jumping jacks inside the suit. And you find that the suit is syncing up with you while it's moving. And you start sort of jumping jack over to the panel
Yeah.
to keep it charged. And yeah, make me a brains check with a D4 to activate the improbability drive.
Come on, dice.
You can do it.
Ah, shit. Okay, that's a 9 on the d20 and a 3, so 12 total.
12 total. Fun story. You needed a 12. Very nice.
Yay.
And whoop, 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 whoop. You guys blamf out of there. And reappear in the it's also worthy to note, as you're accelerating away, Mandi, you form yourself into a plug the size and shape of the tunnel as the Harolka are slowly managing to crawl their way up, and you sort of force them back down using the momentum generated by the lack of a inertial compensator, pushing them back towards one of your open storage bays and forcing them down into it, slamming the doors closed behind them. You hear this of the tentacles against the inside. There is, however, no door controls on the underside of the smuggling bay, which is the words we were all looking for.
Thank you.
Smuggling
That's the
compartments,
thing,
yeah.
with the compartment with the people in it.
Yeah. The thing Chewie got in the second movie. Yeah. No, it's the first one. It was A New Hope. Anyway, yeah. And you reappear in the skies of Sargon. Well done. You swoop into land. Skylar, it's a little rocky, but you're doing pretty well. I actually think Skylar is over the moon with this. and is taking. Well, actually, no. Why am I describing? Hey, terrorist, describe the entry vector of your victorious return.
As Skylar moves the ship, Sunshine, down through re-entry into the atmosphere, I think he's aiming directly for that lake.
Love it.
And what he's going to do is he is going to skim her just above it, do a victory roll, and have her plunge directly in, hopefully splashing the botanists that have come to see them.
Yes, the Dean has come. The Dean stands waiting. You can see her. You do a big loop and in. And just as you're going in, a grin on your face, on your beak, as you're watching the Dean specifically, the Dean flickers up an umbrella directly in front of you, like, I know these pricks. And the wave of water is caught on her clear plastic umbrella. It's an old little brolly. Boom! And she's like... And as Sunshine resurfaces, she is standing there with her umbrella over her head. However, your rival team, the Euripides Nuts, is standing next to her, expecting to be grumpy, and now they're just drenched. And they turn and run off in a huff. One of them flipping you the traditional one-fingered salute as they leave. You lower you open Sunshine's. Don't open Mandi anything. No. You open Sunshine's boarding ramp and exit. The Dean looking at you expectantly with the ghost of a smile on her face.
Madam, permission to come aboard.
You may disembark. I see you have returned. Were you successful?
Yes. Yes, we were. But do we have a story to tell you?
I am intrigued. What did you bring?
Yeah. I imagine that moment.
What?
You would again hear a very grumpy, very low voice ringing out through the halls of Sunshine going, Skylar!
Spot, you're here!
And you see, she managed to disengage out of this robot thing. She left it there.
Yeah. It's now back doing star jumps.
Yeah, so I imagine that once they, landed, she crawled out of it, flumped down on the floor, and just walked over. She's still looking all kinds of frazzled and... Tell me you didn't break anything!
Nothing important.
ZuRon and Mandi, you stagger out of the same entryway to stand next to Skylar and Spot, looking at the Dean. Have anything to add to the scene before we close?
I think Mandi looks slightly more aerated than before, because the improbability drive, as we established last time, effectively makes her go... So she's got, micro bubbles all through her. And she just sort of goes, we brought back a couple of things, but you might need a really big cage.
And the Dean chuckles. Did you learn anything?
We learned that 0G is fun. And also don't go in a pneumatic tube system without the protection.
I learned that claws don't necessarily work quite as well as they should at high velocity.
And ZuRon says nothing. He just stares sadly after the departing figures of Euripides Nuts, longingly at the human girl who was disappearing off into the tip. And gives a little sigh. Our poor ZuRon.
And
You're too good for her.
What?
You're too good for her.
nothing. I was admiring the architecture.
And I think we'll leave it there. Guys, amazing story, wonderfully told.
Oh, that was so much fun.
Amazing. Guys, thank you so much for playing. Audience, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I certainly did.
Yeah.
My head hurts.
Oh, honey.
Now, at the end of our stream, as we like to do,
Thanks,
let's do
Sam.
our favorite moments. Sam, that's very kind of you. True and kind. Yeah, favorite moments. And Sam, seeing as you commented, can you roll me !roll space the number 5? Top rank being odds, bottom rank being evens. And we will determine who goes first. !roll space the number 5. A 3. That's me. Ah, shit.
That's you.
Yes, it's a me. The DM. Alrighty, favorite DM moments. Fuck it, let's go with me first.
I loved the description of the dwarf star, like popping up out of the tube and just being like, "Wow, space." That was I loved the like descriptive nature of that because my brain went, "Oh, I know exactly what that looks like. That's
Yeah.
awesome."
Thank you.
That sort of landscape building. I know you get a lot of compliments on character stuff, but I loved that environment building.
Yes.
Yeah, building on that, the Heralka in that setting, I could just see them standing there, like poking things. Like, at first, my brain wanted to say mind flayers, but I was like, no, these are like man-o-wars. But you know how their tentacles
Incredibly
work.
like Man-o-Wars, actually.
Yes.
There's quite a bit of lore for them. They are actually an agglomeration of symbiotic entities. They are not one being, they are several.
Yeah.
There are a couple of dozen large, very like Man-o-Wars.
Yeah, I could just see that. Like, there's this scene in some form of trailer, sort of some kind, where there are several mind flayers standing at controls.
Yeah.
I just saw that, but instead of mind flayers, there were man-o-wars doing the same thing. I was
Yeah.
like, no, okay, that's creepy, but cool, but
Yeah.
creepy.
Tony
love
says
that
my
bit.
use of sound effects today was awesome. Thank you very much, Tony.
Yes.
Yeah, I had fun making my space sound effects playlist in Sirenscape.
So I almost want to say all of it, but what I am going to say is the little touches that you give. Just those little touches all the time. Just things like the umbrella at the end and just you always add the little embellishment on the end on the end of everything. And I love it so much.
Thank you. Tony was really hoping for a splat. I'm sorry, dude. I didn't have one in that. It's a brand new soundscape. I didn't expect to need a splat. I don't know why I didn't expect to need a splat. But I'm not very.
What did you want?
Yeah, look, that's on me. I would have had to go looking specifically for one, and I didn't really have time either. There is an element of that. Managed to get like rocket flares and explosions. Yeah. Sorry, I'll look for one next time. Oh.
Oh.
Lost a mercy.
Oh, I blanked out of existence. That was a surprise.
Blamp. Oh no, I've changed character to
We blanked
person.
back. Don't
Oh,
worry,
no.
I fixed it. I fixed. It's all good. Malika, what do you reckon? Favorite DM moment?
I was trying to say it before I blamped away, but I think I said the same thing last week. I just really love the performance of Skylar. Sorry, not Skylar. Sunshine. She might be my favorite character in the game.
Yes.
'Cause, yeah, I just love Sunshine. She's great.
She's a little ray of, yeah. Yeah, she's a
literally.
sweetheart. Yeah. My favorite me moment is all the shit you didn't find out. And
Aw.
is what so capturing the Heralka, I was like, that's cool. If you guys would like to revisit these characters at another time,
Yes.
we will continue.
Yes.
That's good.
Yay!
Definitely
I love that we've all
continue.
just gone, duh.
Okay. This is a ridiculously fun game to play with a ridiculously fun group of people to play it with. We'll give it a little moment, but we will come back to another short series on a Wednesday evening, or possibly a different evening if you guys prefer a different evening. We'll have a chat after the stream. But super duper fun. And there's not actually. I don't want to spill too much of the beans. But yeah. You, I think, probably have managed to infer that they see by sonar. Yeah, the creation of the Heralka, I'm really proud of. I think Heralka are really cool.
Yes.
And there's a lot about them that you don't know yet, and I don't want to spoil. But yeah, you managed to take it in a way that I did not anticipate. And I think, for a moment that I can actually say was my favorite moment, but I also was actually, I'm actually able to say, I think my favorite bit was keeping all of you split the party, or let's be honest, I split the party, and keeping everything going and in tandem and making it, the storytelling of it I was really proud of bringing it all back together. Yeah. Cool. Awesome. Tony, can you roll us a d4 in chat, please?
Just to let everyone know how good this game was, this is maple pecan pastry.
Oh, you've barely touched
You haven't eaten it.
Whoa.
I haven't, I've been picking off the pecans.
Yeah.
Because I knew if I took a bite of that, it would end up in my nose or in my lungs.
I'm wondering, because I've only rolled a few dice today. Let's have it. A 4. Let's talk about Terrace.
Oh.
Tony can roll a 3 instead. Favorite Terrace moments. Favorite Skylar.
Just picking one.
Skylar having to. Oh, sorry.
No, go for it. You first.
Skylar having to gentle parent ZuRon out into actually escaping from the roll tower.
Hey, you know how we've escaped? Shall we?
Oh, we do that escape thing.
I'm
You know that
pretty
escaping
sure
we're in
that-
the process of doing.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure of the crew, those two have like the most adversarial relationship, and still, I was gonna be like, "Come on, buddy, come on, no,
Alright, you up by
got
the-
out." Okay, the rest of the escaping isn't exactly a puzzle, but I'm gonna need you to stay with me here so we can actually get out of here.
My
That was
favorite
great.
Skylar moment was the threat display.
Oh, that was good.
That was a good.
Yes, that was really
It
good.
was like, I'm really bad at charm. Oh, turns out not today. 2 explosions. Yeah, love it.
That was
Very, very
great, yeah.
I really
Yeah,
like the real
Like the explosions were great.
I really like the sort of the once you'd realize that 0G plus bird is not a good combination. Just the ramifications of that and like how you handled the idea of like, oh no.
I'm gonna try and land. No gravity, man. You
Nope,
can't.
no, you're not. That's not how
You're
that
just gonna
goes.
bounce.
My favorite Skylar moment was the sounds when Skylar was getting captured at the start.
Yeah.
Just the sounds.
Yeah. And added to that, there's probably some Skylar leavings.
Yes.
Yes. Favorite self?
When Skylar finally decided that he actually respected ZuRon enough
Yeah.
to give him a hand.
Yeah, that was cute.
Hey!
Growth.
Bonding moment.
Loved it. Tony, a D3, please, in chat. Or someone else. I don't mind. Anybody. Hit me up a D3. There we go. A 1. Let's talk about Mandi. Talk about
Yes.
Kate, baby. Yeah, favorite Mandi moments. I'm going
Swiss
first.
roll
I'm
down
gonna.
the
I'm
tube.
gonna. God. No,
Yes.
mine was gonna be before that. Mine was carpet to escape. Carpet to escape,
Yeah.
and then Swiss roll down the tube.
Yes.
Tony liked the
God.
rocket boots Skylar moment as well. Yes, agreed.
I think for Mandy, I liked what was it? The thing with the in the bathtub.
With all the shapes and the ice cubes.
Yes.
Like when they were trying to get her in the bucket and she was all over the
Yeah.
place, you know,
Yeah.
trying to avoid. I just loved that entire thing. I had to mute for a while there because I was like muttly laughing to the point that I couldn't breathe. So yeah.
Excellent. Muttley laugh is one of those phrases everybody just knows what that sounds like. Yeah, we know. Great.
Watch the TV
It
show. I know.
deeply saddens me that children today don't know that reference.
I didn't have satellite when I grew up. We had 3 channels,
Oh.
and it wasn't on any of them.
It was
But I
Catch
know.
that pigeon!
it was such a small moment, and it was so silly that it just made me giggle to myself. But when they were like planning their grand escape, and like Mandy almost got left behind in the tube, and you just hear the little and then
Oh,
like
there goes
just
some-
slowly gloop away. I just picture like Spot almost being like, "All right," and it's like, "No, no," and just the teeniest voice of like, "No, no, 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 wait, wait," and then a slow emergence
Ooze.
from the tube, oozing out, and then it's like, "All right, we're good to go."
I'm so
Yeah.
sad that we will never see a Mandy carpet just floating in 0G because that's not how fluids work.
Oh,
And all she wants is to be a sphere. She got to be a sphere. That's all.
And
Yeah.
that was, that was a lovely moment. I think a lot of our favorite moments appear to be Mandy forming herself into different shapes to solve problems.
Have you ever
True to
watched
the
that game of
Japanese
Boy and
game
His
show
Blob?
roots.
yes, yes. Shape worship. We're all about it.
So there was this old
Praise the
Nintendo
shape.
game called A Boy and His Blob,
Oh,
where you fed the blob jelly beans and it would make different shapes,
That's cool.
like root beer rocket and that. And this is how I'm picturing Mandy now.
on theme, there is an excellent game called Thomas Was Alone. Very good game, and it's a platforming puzzle game with shapes. And each shape is a different being. They only talk in cutscenes. It's amazing the characterization you can do in a red square. Thomas is a red rectangle who can jump, and that's it. And it's really good storytelling. I never managed to get all the way through it because I'm not that good at platforming, but it is a really good game. It would endorse strong shape theme there. Any other favorite Kate moments?
Too many, really, but
Yeah.
yeah.
I also really like the combat move. Get it out of the room! Yeah. Solid play. Alrighty.
Oh god.
Kate, favorite self, or have you already gone?
I think most of mine have already been. Whoa, what is happening to me?
Malika every now and again goes to a rave. We don't know why. We're just rolling with it.
I don't know why I'm at a rave
think
either.
for me-
I'm
Oh my god. I think I actually really enjoyed like some of the smaller stuff, like the sort of. I was like, I'm floating around as a blob in 0G. I'm just gonna sit here and float around like a blob in 0G. Like this sort of stuff that kept me going in character, because I'm like, I don't know, I'm a blob. I don't have hands. How do I manipulate things without hands? Oh, I know.
Push.
That sort of stuff I think was fun for me.
I had one other, and it actually goes back to I think what I said last time we played as well. Your face acting, particularly. There was a particular phrase when you were like, "Do you want me to stick my head up the tube and see what's out there?" And you just your mouth acting there.
Want me to go up
it's-
to the tube?
Yeah. Yeah. She's so cute. Yeah.
There are now gifs of me on the internet
I
thanks
know.
to someone who is no longer in the chat. Probably will go back and watch this, and I will be tormented thereafter. of my plasticine face betraying me. So if he wants some truly terrifying things,
Gifts
go find my
of
daughter.
this stream have happened.
It's not good.
Alrighty, a D2 in chat. Somebody, anybody, whoever wants to. Could even be one of you guys. There we go. A 1. That is ZuRon. Of the two we have left. Favorite Malika moments. Favorite ZuRon moments. I really liked his. You've got a very strong idea of his character now. I love his muttering to himself moments. His whole like how he gets distracted. You have built in a personality trait that is negative to efficiency and gameplay, and I love self-imposed difficulties from players. It was really cool.
Yes.
Yeah, just sort of, how easily distracted he got. He's adorable in his own deeply autistic way. He's very fun.
I
A
really
neurospicy salamander.
Yes.
I really appreciated the physical descriptors of things like he's gotten out of bed, now he's in his little onesie, and then like
Booty
later on finding
pajamas.
out that it was covered in space stuff and had little feet and had a butt flap. Like it just like
Yeah.
the sort of progressive little descriptions that we didn't get all at once, but we got them just kind of when we needed and wanted them. I think it was really lovely.
I was.
Go ahead.
No, I don't think I said it last time, but I just love the little interactions of ZuRon. Whenever he moves past someone on the ship, more or less voluntarily, that Doppler effect kind of thing. I just love that bit. It's like you don't get the whole sentence.
Goodbye. Even when he's not in his suit, he's still just in motion.
Just like,
That's true. He never stays still. Terrace, what do you think?
To him now.
I have to say, I love that bit at the end where you went back to the girl that he likes.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Poor
where
little
you
boy.
re-alluded to that as she's leaving, just this wistful look, and then when called on it, just what? No, I was looking at the architecture.
Brittany
Absolutely not,
Fleischman.
Yes.
Got a bit of a
Just-
crush on Brittany.
Yeah.
Yes.
So cool.
I love that so much.
That was very cute.
I thought that was fun. Yeah.
Yeah, adorable. Favorite self?
Oh, goodness. Oh, let me actually think about it. Again, it was interesting having to play a different side of him outside of the suit, I will say. Because like with the first one, I think he's got a lot of his identity very tied up in the suit. Like, I'm going to be interested in seeing how he feels.
He notices the
finds out-
suit's not in the
when he-
place he left it.
When he finds the little spines like in the suit, it's going to be interesting to see his reaction to that. But yeah, he's very attached to it. But I would say this is probably like the first like big adventure that he's ever had, like without it to fall back on. So it was interesting, like playing with that. Also, it was like a kind of half me, half you moment, Josh, where you described like the mind palace of design. That was actually really fun.
That was very cool.
Fun, and
Yeah.
I liked that. Yeah.
I do have another for you, and it's where. Oh wait, is Josh gone?
I have,
Yeah.
but I do have another as well. But you go first.
Yep. It was the bit where you're being grabbed by the aliens, and you're sort of trying to dog paddle toward your suit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was very cool.
He feels like he needs it.
Seeing what you did with that was a really cool moment. I was just like, ooh, someone's actually succeeding and maybe trying to get away a bit. Yeah, that was neat. All right. The roll one. That's Terrace. Looks like cool. Terrace. We do favorite Terrace moments. Yeah, Tony,
Hang on.
ahead of you.
I've had
Adana.
mine done. It's...
Oh, Adana. I'm sorry. Adana
Adana.
moment. I apologize. I knew it was someone on that side of me. It's been a long day. Right. Favorite Lorite moments. Lucky last. I can go.
The moment
everyone else-
of decision of like not getting into the tube, but like being out of the
Yeah.
tube, and therefore,
Yeah.
but all the ramifications that came after that of like the poodle and like the sort of, again, I know a lot of physical descriptors, but like I just really enjoyed that.
Yes.
Seriously,
I was
good work.
going to say, Spot, being the literal embodiment of the meme, looks like a cinnamon roll, but will kill you
Oh.
because the fact that like she went straight to, well, let's just turn off the life support and see if that gets rid of them.
I mean,
Not off, turn down.
Yeah,
It's-
see?
it's a solid play. It definitely works in FTL.
Yep.
I was gonna say I've got two. I will say one and leave the other till later. But hedgehog ball, cannonballing,
Oh, that was mine.
yodering with a hedgehog. If only you had laser spines. You don't.
Ooh.
Talk to ZuRon. I'm sure he could finagle
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
But yeah, the decision to be violent.
Yeah.
Because they hurt her friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was
that's
an
awesome.
interesting one for a deeply pacifistic race. Totally justified. Don't disagree. And really cool. Really good.
But
I
yeah,
am-
they hurt our friends, so.
Yeah?
Yeah. I am going to say, it's a bit of a lighter one, but just the consistent Skylar every time.
Really
he does
wasn't his fault
something-
this time.
Every time he does anything slightly impulsive, just I think that without trying, Spot has sort of become the mum of the group,
Yeah.
and I absolutely love that.
It's a kind of Molly Weasley energy to her.
Yes. Just I
Hugs
love you
you
a lot,
better.
but you are bad.
Ronald Weasley.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
no.
Well, yeah, Spot's personality is basically if you take the Weasley twins and Molly Weasley and you make one personality out of it.
Yeah. Yeah. Any others? Ardana favorite self? Malika?
Well,
Sorry.
If
Sorry,
it's already
I-
gone, my memory is shocking.
I also really liked you sticking, like, when I'd done this out the top, I just appreciate
going down.
the fact that
Yeah.
you did the exact opposite out the bottom. It's just the little, like, team us thing.
Yeah, Team Girl and Team Boy was
Oh.
interesting today. I like that.
Yeah.
It did not deliberately
was.
split you up into the two, but yeah. Andy was the one who was able to evade capture.
yeah. Battle
I
of the
think-
sexes.
And yet you all came together in the end.
Yeah.
Boy
See?
pilot, girl
Oh.
engineer, boy technician, girl plug.
So technically, in the end, the Herolka were right because
Security?
we did find strength in our
What?
unity.
You have revealed
What?
my cheeky
What?
plan.
I think.
That
well,
might
some
have been
of my
what they were
favorite
going on about all
moments-
this time. I don't know, not a doctor.
Many of my favorite moments were stolen, but I do think that the towards the end, because I had this half idea of the suit, like the armor falling over because it wasn't attached to anything when we took off,
Yeah.
and Spot rolling out of it. But then I realized, nah, it's probably funnier if she crawls out, loses her footing, and just out of the. And the suit just continues doing jumping jacks.
Yeah.
Actually, the suit would have been floating in the air
Yeah.
doing jumping jacks the
Jumping
entire time. So the
Space
only
angels.
gravity in the room really is from the lack of inertial compensator. So it's now standing on the back wall doing jumping jacks.
making space angels instead of
Yeah.
snow angels.
We're gonna have a
Which basically would have been the Spot tumbling out of it, trying to climb out, and then just doing doggy paddling to get.
Zero G athlete, fortunately. It's a good one
Yes.
to have. My other Spot favorite moment was the idea to turn off the gravity. Solid plan. With a couple of minor hitches, worked like a dream.
Yes.
And that, I think, is everyone's favorite. Yeah?
Yes.
Splendid. Let us go away from here now, because we've been streaming for a gosh darn while. Kate, do you suppose Dragoncore is still live
They are still live. They are just on a break. Give me 1 second to double check.
Well, we
they've just
do
come
need
back.
to say goodbye and all the
They've
other
just
things.
come back,
But
so yes,
excellent.
they are.
Splendid. We will drop a raid on them then, because I don't know if I've ever raided them, which would be cool.
Raid
And
them.
I think they've
Raid
raided
me
us
in.
before.
Rate me in
Sorry.
and make me mod for them in like 2 minutes or so.
Sounds
Get
great.
over there.
Alrighty, guys. So, we will drop a raid on Dragoncore, but, and I hope I'm pronouncing that right.
Close enough.
Close enough, nearest damn it. Yeah, but first of all, we need to know who the absolute heck these wonderful people are. So, in reverse order, Terrace, who the absolute heck are you?
Hi, I am your friendly neighborhood ferret, Sir Terrace. I have played Skylar, the little birdie, today, and I do not have social media or Twitch myself, but I do pop up on games from time to time
No.
here on the Lorette channel and other places, so look for me there.
London. And we'll be seeing Terrace on Friday night for, what's the name of it? Shadows over Morna? No, that's the other one. What's
Yes.
this one called?
Let me double check. That probably sounded very
Please don't
intelligent.
stick your claws in me.
Moonlit Memories is the name of this one.
Love it. So, Terrace will be joining Ardana, myself, Marie Tamagotchi, and Dojin King?
Dojin. Yep.
Awesome. For some D&D 5e in Ardana's... Is this in your homebrew world, in your original world? Or somewhere else?
No, this is a pre-made setting
Oh, cool. Alrighty.
that I got.
Splendid.
A while
Ardana,
back.
tell me who the absolute heck you are and where we can find you.
I am Ardana or Joe, or in some instances, Oi, you there. I am the GM and channel runner over at the Lore Right. I do have Instagram, but I very rarely update it. So feel free to join, follow me there if you want updates, maybe once every 6 months. Yeah.
Anything else?
I will
night,
be
come join.
Friday night, and I will also be streaming later today.
Oh.
We are doing Pirates in Space because we want to play short for our Theros campaign. But last week they defeated 2 Oni, and now they think they are just gonna waltz in and loot their cave.
Huh. Valid.
They think.
Alrighty. Malika,
Mm-hmm.
who the heck are you?
Hello, I am Malika Moon. I'm a singer, performer, burlesque performer, and generally a show gremlin, as I describe myself in the Perth of the W of A. I am the resident D&D newbie. I'm sorry, I'm just very tired. I'm
That's
trying to
totally
get
fine.
this straight out of Google. The resident D&D newbie who is learning all the things.
Very well.
Slowly, I'm getting there, and
Yeah.
I'm gonna get some dice. You said earlier. Thank you, by the way.
I was going to say,
didn't
are you
realize-
going to be at the show on Sunday?
I can be. Is there a show?
Yeah, there's a grad show.
I can
Karen-
be there.
Karen
I've
will
been
be
a bit-
performing at the Rosemount on Sunday. I will be filming. I
Ooh.
didn't know if you were going to be in the show. Apparently not. Malika
Apparently not,
often
no.
performs with Karen. But yeah, if you happen to be at the show, I could give you some then. If not, I'll drop them off to wherever you are at some point soon.
Okay.
We'll
I
organize
can-
that outside.
I can swing by, but I'm not really doing anything in the show, so it might be just to swing by and wave and
No worries.
heading off. But
Alrighty.
yeah, just private interactions there. But yes, Malika Moon on all the socials with 3 O's because the original spelling was taken and now it's branding, so it's Malika Moon.
Moon!
Exactly. Okay. Be good.
Kate, who the heck are you?
Hello, I am Kate, or O'Sullivan Kate on all of the things, because my branding is my last name and my first name, because I'm creative. You can find me doing all kinds of performery things. I have something coming up, I'm sure, something musical theatery. Look at my socials, it'll tell you the next show that I'm doing in real life pet space.
I don't remember things.
Analog meat space? No, who knows? But in the digital space, you can find me over on Dungeons and Doctorates, both on Twitch and on our podcast, where there was a new episode coming out tomorrow. Because it's Thursday tomorrow, because days of the week have meaning. And then in a week and a half, I will be back on Meeples and Dragons playing some more Dungeons and Dragons. No, I won't be. I lie, because we are taking a week off because people are going to BrizCon, and so we can't stream. But I play over at Meeples and Dragons. I am Rowan, who is fighting for the title of the sweetest little halfling around, and losing at the moment, but that's okay.
Still the sweetest blob.
Still the sweetest blob. That's it. I am the sweetest ooze that ever oozed. Ozymandias will live on in infamy. But otherwise, Jasper's Game Week's coming up. I'll be doing some things. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be a good time.
Splendid. And mesdames et messieurs, damen und herren, and beings of indeterminate gender and persuasion, I be Josh the Pirate, and you can find me here on my channel, Corsair's Cove, where I play D&D and other RPGs like this wonderful business. I will be back tomorrow night to check out Cartograph with my lovely lady wife Karen, the mother of bunnies, which is going to be exciting. I haven't even looked at it. I only downloaded about 5 minutes before we started the stream. That's going to be exciting. That's been sent to me by the Ravens Ridge Emporium. Excited to learn about that one. Yeah, it's been. That's going to be really fun. Monday night, Karen and I will be playing Small Town Creepy's Village Necromancer game. Another RPG that no one's ever streamed before, as far as I'm aware. Yeah, who knows? More to come. If you like my majestic voice, but you think I can stand to tone the face down a bit, you can check me out in the podcast There Be Dragons, where I play the infamous and deadly pirate Scan Felspar und his little dragon, Frosh. I'm also one half of the comedy puppet duo Pupperotica, which you can often find around. And if you want to find me in the real-life meat space, Karen and I will be at the Rosemount Hotel in Perth on Sunday evening for some burlesque. I will be filming and Karen will be performing, as will some of her students. Beautiful little students with their light-up showgirl routine. Going to be very exciting and fun. That's about it for now. Humblewood starts again next Thursday night. Not tomorrow, the one after. Because Brendiggity is directing a show right now, so he's busy. That's fair. The Ukrainian people are doing it rough, and if you have any spare pennies in your digital wallets, I encourage you heartily to drop them in either the Dragon's Vault shop or the Emergency Action Appeal. Both will get money sent to the Ukraine appeals of various charities, the British Red Cross or the Emergency Action Appeal, which is a group of Australian charities helping Ukrainian refugees. Both are great. If you have the money, awesome. If you don't, that's also okay. Bless your hearts. The wonderful chaps at Wooden Forge create some of Australia's finest handcrafted wooden tabletop accessories, like this bad boy. Isn't it pretty? This is made of Australian chewit. Chewit is a uniquely Australian wood. It's very soft and beautiful. They'll even do laser engraving for you. Check them out, woodenforge.com/Corsairs Cove, and we get a cheeky kickback if you do, you bloody champions. Guys, it's been an absolute pleasure and a dream and a wonderful thing. We have more subs than we have ever had before, which is kind of exciting. We got the biggest hype train we've ever gotten, and now we're going to raid somebody brand freaking new. It's a glorious day to be me. And a splendid day to have most of you guys as well. All of you guys. I love a lot of you. So, let's drop that raid. Throw your favorite raid emotes up in chat. Tell Dragon Court where you came from. Show them the love like we always do. And I will be back, same back time, same bat channel with Karen tomorrow evening for more RPGs. How exciting is this? Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Whee!